This is as soon as you start the show, I want to talk about how terrible this is. This sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, dude. The school kids are just going by.
Color, black, white.
Berating this crackhead.
No.
What? She moved to Detroit? Why are all the kids black?
No.
Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down.
This is not a red apple.
Oh!
Slow down.
What's that child doing? He's awfully close to the meth house.
I will go there and fucking kick the shit out of this little faggot.
Okay.
What is all that?
I did. You have
any blunts?
Because I don't smoke weed. I smoke tobacco. I don't like weed.
You got coke?
No.
Hesitation. She don't want to say yes.
Still wall and tobacco and
I think she sells drugs to local children.
I can't tell if he's just being a cheeky bastard or not.
I think he is.
I'm being divided with cheeky
the
bastard.
stripper at one time, and this is the.
Oh yeah, tell the kids.
Well, this is the town of Catholic.
What? Listen.
Did he say he didn't fucking ask?
I was a nasty stripper at one time, and this is the. Well, this is the town of Catholic nuns and priests and religion. We got a war, but I'm illegal here, according to the town of Catholic nuns and priests.
So if I call a cop right now, you'll go to jail?
What?
What'd he say? I want to hear this shit.
He said,
If I call my mom right now, you're
Catholic
going to
nuns
jail.
and priests.
No, call the
no,
cop.
listen.
So if I call a cop right now, you'll go to jail?
The cops.
Who just farted?
Mystery solved. Now we know why she's been missing. Is because the kids call the cops.
Taking pictures,
Of what?
Call the cops.
trash
meat.
and recycling.
You taking
Space for these
pictures?
children.
Taking pictures,
Listen. Fuck.
trash and recycling.
For what?
Trash cans in the mail. In Georgia, they have a blue recycling bin.
Wow.
Recycling bin. Are you colorblind?
I want to go assault these children.
No, those kids are cool. They can come to the gathering.
They're doing the best.
Are you good there? You better call her drug. Is that your house?
This is my rental.
This is not
I owned a trailer in Smith Center, and now I have rental, so this really sucks.
Get here. Are you on drugs?
No,
You messed out, lady.
no.
You methed out, lady.
Is it what?
Oh my god.
This is
It's a
an
neighbor's
absolute
car.
ass moment.
She's being gang stalked.
Oh, you're fine. For what? What are you taking? Are you? He
Catching your
shot me.
blowy.
I'm telling you what? He shot me.
What the
That
fuck
kid
is happening?
shot me for $10.
Hold on.
For what? What are you taking?
Turn the volume up a little bit,
Are you?
please.
He shot me. Are you? He shot me. I'm telling you what? He
You
shot
got
me.
blasted, dude.
That kid shot me for $10. What did I do outside? I want to eat my sandwich.
Anyway.
You put the liquid over here on the drink later. Wait, I'm gonna
she is eating a
put my
sandwich.
cigarette in my mouth.
Her
That's
sandwich
the part of
looks
the
like
cigarette. Look at
chips.
that. What? Look at. Come on, can you?
Looks like chips on
Let's
like a
do.
piece of
How's it like? It's not like.
Yeah, she
Come
like
on.
drop the
Come on.
kids and take their lunches.
That'd be based.
I'm glad there's kids fucking with her on
Okay.
a daily basis.
This dude there, right here.
This is how the community is.
Like medieval times.
I feel like we've hit the
Dude,
high
this-
point of that video. Alright. So, once again,
Dude,
this is fucking tape eaters. We're here to talk about Ashley, probably Chris Chan, and probably all sorts of other spooky shit. On our way to Halloween.
Baby.
Mm.
Can we not do the first two things ever again, please?
We're gonna talk about all this shit. You got more, Doro? Because I could get into other shit if I have smashed this shit.
I'm threatening children on her comments.
So alive.
Are you okay? Just so you know, YouTube can see what you're doing right now, so keep it in mind.
D-Live? Good.
YouTube.
Me feel so alive.
He's on YouTube.
I got
All right.
purpose once again.
So our friend Flame is being fucking gang stalked. Do you want to talk about how it is the fucking gang stalk life?
I can't release too much information.
Don't.
Disclose.
But I can't disclose everything. But right now I am being forced to do things against my will by I'm sorry.
No, you guys are the worst. I swear to God. I'm gonna fucking just kick all of you.
Yakov, I've been hood for like 2 months.
We're on YouTube, dickhead!
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being forced by government cronies to do things against my will right now. And right now I'm evil flame. I'm clean and sober. I'm clean and sober, and I believe in science.
Why are you in a closet?
So
Because that's where they can't hear me, dude.
we do got Jacob McGill in the chat. Photon's there. Red Sea Trucking Guy and Jugs, who says she'll be on in a bit. That's fucking cool. We'll definitely do that.
Cool, I like Jugs. I like
right
those
now,
guys too.
everyone knows we got Flame. We got Matt.
I am here.
We got Doro.
Inshallah.
Greetings.
I actually had something I want to talk about a couple things.
All right.
Once we get
I think Stone Claw's here. Everyone's here. Cab's here.
Yeah.
So say hi, everybody. Hey, Maud.
Hey,
Maud.
Brad.
Hey,
Love you, Brad. Love you, Maud.
I can't find my earbuds.
No.
Love you, man.
Matt, you were trying to rage about what you're drinking or some stupid thing like that.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna do a food review. Do a food review. Food review. Do it.
Well,
food review
I have
style.
2 things I want to talk about. We can talk about the first one right now. So I ended up. Let me see if I can
do it like it's a food review.
So I ended up getting. Sorry, I put it in my trash can. Four Loko Black. Now, if you don't know about Four Loko Black, it is impossible to find unless you go to the hood. So I went to the hood today.
What did they mean by that?
Oh no, you know exactly what I mean by that. Like, I went to the hood earlier, and it was fucking bullshit, because it took me... I spent until about 1:30 p.m. today. I ended up starting my journey/search at about 10 o'clock, and I was looking for this because I was wanting to do it for the Halloween bit. Why? What happened?
What the fuck are you talking about, Matt? I have you all on screen, spotlighted right now, and here you are talking about nothing. How was the drink?
I stopped listening.
What is this?
Food review. I'm telling you, the people want food reviews. What's up, guys?
Hey,
It's Skinwalker Gang here again for another food review. Today I'm drinking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm drinking the Four Loko Black, and unfortunately, apparently they stopped making the Ecto Cooler. And if you remember the Ecto Cooler from back in the day when we were kids, it came from Slimer. That guy. But anyway, they quit making it, and so anyway, whatever. You guys are just all laughing at me. Fuck you.
You gotta get to a point. There's gotta be a point, Matt.
There was a point, but I keep hearing people laughing. This thing is sleeping. Oh my god. Anyway, it took me 3 hours to find it, and I'm really fucking glad I found it because it's nice and like neon green. Fuck you.
Guys, get this. He never got to the food review.
No, he did.
No, he didn't rate the food. What's it a 10 out of? It's like how many burgers had a burger? I don't know.
4 out of 10, but tastes like cough syrup.
It's 5 bois out of 5 bois.
How do you give it a 4 out of 10?
It's nice and light. It doesn't taste like, dude. Oh my god. You don't have the complex palate that I have when it comes to Four Loko. Four Loko is, yeah, it is. Like, okay, look, listen. I will literally pour this in my head right now. I'm not actually going to. But it's green. It's nice. Let's see.
Don't pour anything. They can't give us super chats anymore.
That's a turd.
Oh,
Does it
Anyways,
taste like apples?
That's a turd.
That's a turd.
What was it taste like?
Classic Ashley Hatcher.
It kind of tastes like if you were to make alcohol out of limes.
That
Oh,
sounds actually not that
fascinating.
bad. I mean, I guess if you're like an islander or like a Mexican or something, that sounds awesome.
Pirate.
No, it actually sounds.
I'll drink it. I
So,
drink
Muad'Dib and Baron, tell us how it tastes. Is it good?
It tastes great.
No.
I'm drinking this water enhancer that I got from Matt because I got like a bag of his snacks when we left the gathering. So it tastes pretty good.
Yeah,
It's guava
buddy.
flavored. There's no
you go.
calories. Sucralose. It's not a big deal.
I'm drinking-
Just no
I'm
sucralose.
drinking-
Oh,
It's
actually, speaking of me,
I've also got vodka. I haven't drank any of that yet.
I went to the store and I bought these natural fright beers. So it's pretty base.
Spooky Natty Lights.
Spooky Natty Lights.
I've been, and I know everyone's gonna shit on this, but I don't give a fuck. I love pumpkin beers, and they're only around once a year, so I don't go crazy with them. But if I'm out, I love trying the pumpkin beers. I like getting the
Oh, I love them too.
single bottles.
Pumpkin beer.
I
It
really
tastes
like
pumpkin?
it's got the pumpkin pie thing going on. It's like pumpkin spice kind of, you know the bit. But I
was
like all
actually
those
talking
flavors.
about this.
I like a lot of clove. If I get a lot of clove out of it, usually I like it a lot. I don't like them too malty. I like them usually a little more hoppy.
Yeah. I was actually talking about this with whiskey earlier today, and you actually have had the Elysian Night Owl beers, right?
I'm not crazy about
I
that
went
too.
to Elysium once.
It's very dark,
Kinda
right?
boring.
I remember it being like very malty, very
But
dark.
it's a pumpkin. Well,
An imperial
no.
stout, maybe? Is that an imperial stout?
No, it was a pumpkin ale.
Not the fucking owl one. The owl one's something else.
No, the Elysian pumpkin ale.
I had
Yeah,
an
that's what it was,
Elysium
an owl.
pumpkin. It's very good. They probably always use a stupid owl. Whatever. But yeah,
Either way, the Elysium beers are really
I dug
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Who else should be drinking on something? Nobody.
I have a Sprite.
I'm drinking on some body armor light, Pete.
I'm drinking that water.
How is Sprite not fucking haram? Sprite should be haram.
It's spice.
You know why
It
they?
helps settle the stomach.
You know why they named it Sprite? Because Sprite is like an elemental spirit or something. It's like a deity that they're worshiping in the Illuminati. So really, it is
what are you
haram.
doing? I am eating their god.
Yeah, that's why they market it towards minority communities.
Literally
drink
every
it.
brand is like that though.
You're right.
I
I'm
mean,
just fucking
satanic.
around. You're absolutely correct.
Walmart is satanic. Might as well just
Satanic.
ignore everything.
They are, but
Jerry's bitching because I mention
Whoa.
pumpkin beer every damn week. Look, it's October. We'll be done with it soon enough. I'm sorry.
now you know what? You know what? Fuck Jerry. Talk about pumpkin beers. It's good.
Yeah, let's
what
talk
is he
about how-
playing? Is he
about
playing
s-
Rocket League right now?
Red Rocket League for sure.
He
actually,
loves the cam on the ball, right? He just loves following those balls on the cam.
I got a good video we could switch to.
Yeah.
You got
play
another
that.
rare Ashley.
Hold up, new Ashley drop.
We could get into the weeds with the Ashley stuff about now.
You could. Oh god. Oh
Nice.
Are we watching?
Yeah, we watched this one last week. I guess we can do it again.
Did we
Everyone's
do
well
it?
aware.
It wasn't
I'm
this one.
Did we do it?
pretty sure we did.
It wasn't
But
this
it doesn't
third,
play.
different third.
It's third.
Yep, that's turds, all right. Turds confirmed.
Favorite VTuber.
I don't. Catfish,
Not shit
tilapia,
either.
Catfish turds.
chicken breast, plain Lay's, waffle chips. Brown spicy mustard, kale. Orange marmalade, coffee, white sugar, Gatorade.
Oh, we didn't see this one already?
We
Yeah,
did.
we
I
did.
Disgusting.
Uh-huh.
No sugar. Sparkling water. The meats were all microwaved and rinsed in cold water after they were cooked.
Get to the punchline, lady. Say the fucking line.
Why?
Fucking
That-
meth whore.
Why?
That's
I have a
not
question.
Linzess poop.
Hold up.
Linzess makes shit and diarrhea. Well, I mean, the whole lettuce comes out of my butt. If I stop taking it, I take it again. And
Excuse
then
me?
it evens
Alright.
out, and it mellows, and it comes as soft stool,
There you have it.
Soft
not running stool.
Yeah.
Here.
This is a turd.
It's a turd.
This is a turd.
Say the line.
Gotta love
Okay,
it.
so I want to ask something. So, like,
Yep.
she says she microwaves the meat, and then after the meat has been
No.
heated up, she runs it under cold water.
No. I can tell you the
Did I
whole
hear that right?
bit. No, I can tell you the
Okay.
whole thing. I mean, here's the
Okay,
thing. We're
so-
talking about Ashley Hatcher again, crazy schizo meth head possessed bitch that we've been talking about that Doro is in love with. I should emphasize that. Now, what she does with the turkey is that
Romantic
she,
comedy.
she takes the pot full of water and she puts the turkey thighs in it or whatever and mashes up the meat until it's a pink watery slurry. And then
Yeah, it
she
was
starts
terrible.
heating that. And while she's doing that, she takes the trash from the fucking raw turkey and puts it in with the lettuce and fills it up in another pot with its own water and lets it sit so that
Alright,
the lettuce
that's
gets the raw turkey. Then she dumps that out. And then she takes the iceberg lettuce at that point and puts that into the boiling pot of meat slurry. And Doro thought this was normal. For about 2 days,
Yes,
Doro was
well,
convinced this was normal.
Okay, hear me out. It's like steamed cabbage. with
It's not
some
like
meat.
steamed cabbage. I'm sorry. I understand that you've never cooked anything. That's what I get out of you saying
It
that,
is.
to be honest.
It's like
Okay.
steamed cabbage. It's the same thing.
It's- no, it's
He's
not.
cooked
No,
some
you're wrong.
Things. He's not
You're
cooked
incorrect.
food, but he's cooked plenty other things.
So now we're back on this whole thing. Flame, do you have anything left to say about all of that before we go on?
No, besides me, actually, as you explained it, I feel fucking sick.
Okay, thank you. Now we haven't heard from Ashley in a couple days. She's one to compulsively upload videos and nonsense constantly of just schizo talk and meth time. Haven't been seeing that for at least 3 days, right, Doro?
6.
Really?
About a week.
She's MIA, and we got people on the inside. We got some information. We just can't find any evidence of her existence at all right now.
I do. I've called the county jail. I have searched the obituaries. I cannot get her medical information disclosed, so I can't.
Just
call
pretend
hos-
you're her psychiatrist. And then
Husband.
That's adding a federal offense to it now. But I do it. I would do anything for love.
But I won't do meth.
But
Doro.
Yeah, I
you
would.
shouldn't
I
do
would.
that.
I'm ready to rock. I'm committed. I'm a team player, okay? For the lows.
He needs to go cooking. We can do a food review.
Yeah, we still need a food review today on the fucking
meth review?
podcast. I don't have anything to review.
Yeah, not a snooze review.
This kratom be tasting dry.
If I was to record me making lasagna
Meth?
tomorrow, would that count?
Do some TikToks. Do individual TikTok videos. Part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Some
I don't know
nice
how it works. It
cute
makes me
music
really
going.
mad.
Yeah, but you gotta do the TikTok bit of like cleaning the lasagna in bleach before you make it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need to
Throw
wash
some
my
window cleaner in
lasagna.
there.
Bleach.
Red C says Ashley went MIA as soon as you doxed her. So really, it's our fault that she got gang stalked to death. The gang
Good job,
stalkers knew we were
Doro.
closing in. The same gang stalkers who stalked
Oh
me.
my god, that is a revelation. Holy fuck.
Dude, I've been thinking
I
about
didn't
it.
even think about that.
Mm.
She knows more than we think, dude. She caught on, and she
Does she or does the Aryan
high
Brotherhood?
the Aryan Brotherhood has put her into Aryan protection program,
Honestly,
and she is out of my grasps.
honestly, I really think that like she is an oracle of some sort.
She
And
felt it.
That's She
I
knows.
believe that she cast some sort of wolf bones in her shed in the back, and they told her
She
that
do be having her mummy wolf dogs in the shed. They're mummies
that
now.
an evil eye was upon her with malicious intent,
Malicious.
which is totally lying because I wouldn't do anything to her.
Well, you need to
I
show
love
her
my
that
lol cows.
Here's
I
what
love
next door.
I love my horror cows even.
your
But,
horror cow.
Yeah.
Red color. That was I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if she took the package I sent her.
Maybe she's headed to your location, Dora.
And she somehow
There you
she's
go.
200 miles away, closing in rapidly.
You never know.
Look,
You never
the
know.
weird thing was I tracked the package I sent to her, and it said it was in transit back.
Yeah.
Should I be concerned?
She's in it.
And transit back?
Yes.
Oh.
That's odd. I don't know what to say
Maybe
about
even
that.
the post office knows about her.
There is some sort of connection with the Brotherhood here.
All right, well, let's get into Ashley content because we're gonna get into some stuff. I think the first thing we should do is start at the beginning before you can even recognize the woman we see before us today. I think that's the way to go right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Video titled "Happy Birthday, Mommies."
This is a tough
Oh,
one.
I'm not showing it right to you guys.
Okay.
Hold
I don't
up,
want
hold
to feel like
This
that.
is a video and a half.
Mom, your birthday was today, October 4th. Patrick, your birthday was yesterday, the 3rd. So, you're both very special to me, so I'm going to sing you happy birthday. And you better cut me some slack because I don't sing. Okay? So, happy
This is what makes it
birthday
sad.
to
This is
you.
not the person you saw in the other
Happy
videos.
birthday to
No.
you. Happy birthday, dear mommies. Happy birthday to you. And many more. And trust me,
I always
I'm
say that
so
to you.
sexy
And many
forever.
more.
Mom, I just saw you in February. You're beautiful. I love you. And Petra, you'll never look old, so don't even worry about it. I guess I don't have anything else to say, so. I hope you didn't want anything special for your birthday because this is it. That's all I got. So,
Oh, that's not all you got. We would go on to learn that in the
The
coming
gift that
years.
keeps on giving.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
That's a horrifying picture you stopped it at. Might I add?
Screen cap
Very
that. I want to see it.
very
All right.
disturbing.
I
will
can do some
screen
memes with
shot
that
it.
too.
So you
So,
see,
well, I'm not gonna give it to you then.
you see a totally
Well,
different
fuck you.
person. A totally different person before you right there. Someone with even potential. If you just saw that video, you wouldn't think there was anything wrong at all. Am I right?
No, it's honestly really sad. Like
So-
that's why women should not get like lip rings.
Let's move on to our
That's
next
why they
video.
deserve to be.
The lip ring was like
Well,
the fork
she-
in the
That was
road,
the
and
catalyst.
She is
Yeah.
not.
Part of it.
She is not a libtard. She drops many a racial slur. It
Oh,
seems
yeah.
to be a woman who has returned to the wilderness.
Shut the fuck
There's nothing
up,
blue
dude.
pilled about her.
Look,
okay?
dude, she's still using the toilet. She might not flush the fucking thing, but that's not the wilderness, okay? She still makes
It's a
videos
jungle,
bitching about how the landlord turned off her fucking heat.
Welcome
Hold
to
on,
the
hold
jungle.
on, hold on. You guys have toilets?
No.
Turlets? That's why I figured your mom didn't let me in your house is because you didn't have a toilet. That's what I assumed.
They were gonna be embarrassed about no toilet.
We don't have toilets. We just have a hole in the floor.
You have a poop tent.
Got a bucket.
No,
With all of that
the
experience,
reason-
how
no,
did
the
you not
reason-
see the
no,
juggalette
hold
shit
on.
that you slipped in?
Yeah, well, I know. I love living in shit. It's fucking beautiful.
I am in a world of shit.
But no, I honestly
Born
just
this
don't.
shit.
I don't have
That's
any
what-
furniture in my house. Yakov. That's literally.
That's such a weird excuse. As if I give a shit about being on
Including the
furniture.
toilet.
Maybe there's a reason there's no furniture. Is it like parasites?
Well, I know.
Bed bugs.
No.
Bed bugs.
I burnt it all. I burnt it all.
Bed bugs.
No,
it's
I've
not
never.
warm.
No. That's actually one thing I can pride myself on. I've never had bed bugs.
Oh,
Ever.
thank God. That's a great accomplishment.
Cockroaches everywhere.
Bed bug free.
No, I
Isn't
have
that
Way
like
to
zero
be.
bugs in my house. I have
Isn't it
well,
painful?
other than all these stink bugs, I do not have bugs.
Is
In my house.
that the same
Do you guys not? Oh, do you
Why
guys
does
not
it
get
stink
stink
in
bugs in your
there?
house?
I have a
Oh,
few.
my
They're
God.
bros. I got one who was just on my microphone like an hour ago. He's cool. I
So
like him.
whenever you smell like a steaming pile of like animal shit in the corner, he's like, dang stink bugs again.
Yep, that's what happens. Can't believe it. That's so crazy. Wow.
His
Dora.
mom
Crazy
comes
how
in
that
the room
happens.
and beats him with a hanger, and he starts shaking.
I don't even live with my mom. What are you talking about?
I didn't shit my pants, Mom.
I swear it's a stink bugs.
I don't even live with my mom. What are you talking about? You guys are gay.
Let's move on to the next
You're a
video.
next
Let's
door
go to
neighbor.
let's go to the next video of Ashley, where I
Hell
believe
yeah, brother.
she looks not too dissimilar as she did in the previous one.
All the red hair.
Listen to
I
this
love
one.
it.
There's no way.
Listen,
What?
listen.
I was out shopping. So, something
Able to
happened.
turn it up?
My husband and my friend.
No, but I think you get the idea. Just
It
chill.
started out, I crashed the truck, and we were out in the middle of nowhere. There was no one to take us for a ride, so Dana could get to his job.
Now this video is titled "Somebody Help Us." So she looks similar. She's in the same place as she was in the previous video, but you can hear in her tone of voice that she is not a happy person.
Yeah,
And God knows what
sad.
she's going on about. And I'm pretty sure, I'm going to skip ahead here. I'm pretty sure what she's talking about is having her children taken from her. And her and her husband at the time were found guilty of some sort of child endangerment sort of thing.
Don't tell Dora, but she's actually really pretty here.
I know she is.
I'm trying to get my
Yup.
kids back, but I'm
So
still-
trying to get my
Not
kids
anymore.
back. She's just begging for help on the internet.
My kids are small because I starved them.
And really, that's the first sign of a fucking lol cow, or what would turn into be a horror cow in this case, is that they're going on the internet making videos that nobody will see, directed at nobody, begging for help. That is a
Man.
constant in like the lol cow sphere.
It was a matter of loving my sister
Yeah.
and them back, because if I tried to prove myself in a jury trial, the prosecutor stuck out to be an abused child, which I already know because I was when I was a child. And
Not surprising.
they threatened to
Just be
gas my
abused.
room when I cried because my son was in the hospital and I couldn't be there to comfort him and nurture him, make him feel better, and help him.
So whatever reason her son was in the hospital, I'm guessing that was what the charge was for.
Yeah, some sort of damage has happened to him.
Well, she said they were starving, something like that.
I'm not sure. I don't want to go back and listen to all this shit trying to figure it out, to be honest. We'll just let it roll a little bit. But I think she was saying that like she wasn't getting enough support or whatever, so her and her kids were starving. It's like that sort of thing. Let's go.
Because her
I
husband.
cried and they threatened to gas my room. They called us, me and Danny, effing pieces of ass.
Threatened to gas my
Called me
room?
niggas, this, that, and the other. Made me so upset that
Deadly
when I
sarin
left
nerve
the
gas! Swiss
Because it
cheese
was
ice
out.
cubes!
I'm a
What
no
mother
right
wouldn't
pummeler.
be mortified of their children gone? What mother could you, if your children were taken from you, could you? If you can't, they tell me the secret, because I don't know. Every morning it's so hard when I wake up and I'm only making breakfast for me when I used to make breakfast for 5 or 6. I want my kids back. I'll do anything.
So that's where we're at. This is right before the turn happened. It was about this time she lost her kids and she moved. I think there was Texas involved. I'm not totally sure. But it seems like that's when the addiction set in, hardcore style. All right, Doro? Help me out here.
It's what I believe.
Can I jump in?
Some sort of abuse.
Can I jump in too and say I'm picking my nose on live stream?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we'll
already saw
video
that.
of that right
Eat it.
now.
You look cool. That was based.
Go on,
But
Matt.
no, I guarantee this bitch ended up having like bed bugs, and she wasn't cleaning the place. and it got stinky, and it got bad.
Don't
The landlord
project.
came over.
You're projecting right now.
Projecting much, dude?
I know. I shouldn't be talking about my ex-girlfriend, but I guarantee, I swear to God, there's no, seriously.
Your
No,
girlfriend in his head.
It's a
Yeah,
stinky
well-
boys.
No, one of my ex-girlfriends literally was doing the fucking bit when it came to that. It was fucking disgusting.
She left you
What-
for a stink bug?
I came home one night after fucking
was weird.
The hottest
Stink
racial
bug.
slur.
God,
Stink bug.
I
The
came
stink
home
bug
one
had
night.
like a 9-inch cock.
No. I came home one night after a grueling day of working at fucking Wendy's when I was 24.
And you found her in bed with the stink
Just like
bug?
King Cobra.
It is-
Just like King Cobra and Chris Chan. They both got fired from Wendy's, just like Matt.
I never got fired. I quit. But I came home, and this bitch definitely did not do the dishes, and I got really fucking mad about it.
Oh, did you give her a firm but open
No, I left it the next day.
backhand?
Based.
Like Sir Sean Connery says, give them a
No, I
firm,
came home, and I was just like,
open
dude,
backhand.
like, somebody has to do something around here. And I just left the next day. It was based.
That's when the bugs moved in.
Oh, no, that's when she had the fucking bed bugs because her fucking dirty ass little brother ended up, whatever. I don't know to talk about this here. But stink bugs are one of the grossest, most disgusting things in the entire world. I hate them so much.
I like them. They're not a nuisance to me. I see them once in a while, and I like them.
How many stink bugs do you think are crawling in your mouth while you're asleep on a yearly basis?
Hopefully at least 7, because my breath's not bad.
Yeah, it's not my rotten teeth. It's a stink bug.
Oh, speaking of rotten tooth, actually, I'll get on
Matt.
camera for this.
Matt,
No, don't, man.
Oh, the bug teeth?
Matt, are there
Is it
stink bugs in the room with you right now? Are they in the room with you?
All the
Shall
stink
we?
bugs are in my
Shall
mouth.
we?
Show me the stink bug.
here?
Hold on. Keep going. One more.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, right here. I actually have fucking teeth there.
Yo, I
See it?
Just hold it.
Now I see why dentists
that
want to
sucker
kill
out.
themselves more than any other profession.
I actually take really good care of my teeth. Sorry, I have gum disease. That's my problem. No, seriously.
How is this
no,
related to
you're
the stink
right.
bugs? How is this related to the stink bugs?
You just talked to a fucking dentist. Like, I was doing a
That's
bit.
why we got gingivitis.
They got
Like, oh,
stuck
use it
in
for
between the teeth.
Yeah.
Using it for toothpaste. Just like
Oh my God.
Stink bug flavored
Organic.
toothpaste.
Dude, there's a conspiracy between his dentist, the stink bugs. Like Matt is being gang stalked by the stink bugs. His dentist has sent the stink bugs into his house to fuck with his
Honestly,
teeth.
true.
you like there's a zipper at the back of the dentist and it's just a horde of stink bugs.
Honestly, fucking dude, I wouldn't fucking doubt if that was true, because like the dentist told me it was gonna be about $500 to pull my tooth, and like I was just like, yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do it myself. Fuck this. This is gay. Fuck you. But no, like when I was 19 years old, I realized. Well, I didn't realize. Like my
Look,
dentist.
Matt
told me,
content is pretty funny, but Ashley content might be more pressing. I'm not sure. What's the vote on that?
Okay, well, just let me finish this, and I'll shut up. So, really, Doro? Really, nigga? You doing this?
Go on!
Anyway, so when I was 19 years old, my dentist told me that I had gum disease because I used to dip. I used to dip a lot. I
Oh
would pack
yeah,
it all around my
yeah,
gums.
same here.
Yeah, gang. But anyway, he told me I had gum disease. So ever since then, I have been extremely I've been. Shut up, Doro. Fuck you. God, I hate Doro so much.
Stink bug did. No?
But no, ever since then, I've been really good with brushing my teeth at least 3 times a day and doing the bit. But no, it never ends. Like gum disease is like a permanent thing. You're completely fucked as soon as you get it. It sucks really bad. That's why.
Pretty sure.
I'm gonna fucking go to fucking. Oh my god! I hate you.
Hey guys, I just
Fucking
got back.
scores.
Did I miss anything?
Oh
No, nothing at
Oh.
all. Nothing happened worth any.
Dora, I'm
value.
literally gonna come to your house and burn it down. I'm
I
sorry.
just came back. I don't know what you're
With
talking
an
about.
Make
army
sure,
of stink
make sure
bugs.
if you have any like dogs or cats, let them out, please, because I'm gonna fucking burn down your house. You fucking hate you.
All right.
What you want their shit to brush your teeth with?
Are we ready? Are
Yeah,
we
I'm
ready
gonna
to
brush
go?
my teeth with your shit.
Are we ready to go back into
We're
Ashley?
ready to go.
Let's do this. So now I have this young woman on screen once again. From here, you are starting to get the vibe. There's a little crazy going on. But if you go to her Facebook page from around this time, what you see is like normal posts with once in a while some fucking insane shit. Sometimes featuring like fucking roadkill or like rotten food or something.
Is she getting really like skinny at this point?
Well, yes, she's fucking skeletal now. But the thing is, she'll talk about her dad, and she'll say that her dad was schizophrenic. And she'll post just weird shit like that where you see little cracks in the armor where there's something else going on here. It seems to me that she inherited the schizophrenia from her father, and it came out in her early 20s, probably around this time that you're seeing now, about the time she moved to Texas and became addicted to fucking meth and the demons possessed her and whatever the hell happened.
Did we actually prove that she was doing meth?
Dude, she's got a meth pipe in half the
There's a
videos.
little meth pipe.
Oh, okay, maybe I just missed that one. Sorry. Anyway, go on,
We could
please.
debate about what she's smoking, but it's definitely something of that nature.
Probably smoking
All right.
shit.
All right, so let's go to the next video here. Maybe that'll tell us something
third.
more.
It's 8:35 a.m. Ashley! What, Ashley? Ashley! What, I moved this trash can?
Here she goes. She's exiting the house, ranting and raving on fucking drugs and demons. And now we will see her mill about the neighborhood.
Why was he here? I don't know. Is it elevation levels? What is it? This is my butt shot. I do not wear panties. Ashley does not wear panties.
Gets me every
No.
time.
Is that against the
yeah,
law?
it gets me
No.
too.
David Kidwell has the same color steering wheel thing that shows up on my bike. Ew! Gross!
You see another thing that's very common with schizophrenia, just like blurting out random facts about their life, sometimes inappropriate. That's something, like that's definitely some sort of mental disorder. And there's a lot of things wrong here. And I don't want to cut it short like before demons. I'm into that. But like there are a number of things, probably schizophrenia, drug addiction, probably some brain trauma, and probably demons.
Can I interject before you play this again?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I know, Doro. You're going to be snoring. It's great. Wonderful.
Good point. We won't do that anymore.
No, but I think it's like, I know we have seen her with a fucking like meth pipe in her hand, but anytime I've ever done that, I've never wanted to go and just like scream at people. You know what I mean?
No, she's
I don't
schizophrenic,
know.
bro. She's fucking schizophrenic.
Okay, maybe that's
The
that's
meth
what it is.
just
I'm not-
amplifies the schizophrenia.
It is a schizo what adjutant? What'd you call it?
I don't know,
Schizo
something like that.
amplifier.
I don't fucking know, but it's probably part of the reason it manifested so heavily. She was probably bound to be like crazy anyway, but I'll tell you that will accelerate things. Put a little bit of meth on top of schizophrenia. Yeah, you're gonna have
All right,
a real
makes me
fucking
feel a little
weird
bit
time.
better. Okay. All right, go on.
Let's go on.
Sorry.
Guys! Said stop that shit! Ew! What happened? I have two trash cans, one in the front and one in the back. I thought I don't know what trash day is. What? Ew! Trash day just happened on that street. Going down, okay? They said I can't make yard art here. Can't have a dog, I can't have anything. Did you think I wasn't lying? You ain't gonna
Okay, yard art. What does yard art consist of, Doro? Tell me about yard art.
Yard art.
Definition of yard art.
We're talking pink flamingos. We're talking about flare in your front yard.
This is what
And-
she's talking about?
Well, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Because I'm pretty sure she's literally talking about like feces and mummified roadkill.
I completely disagree with you, Doro. No, like this is a Midwest thing. Like the yard art thing is a completely Midwest thing.
Yeah, we're talking about little statuettes and
Is
those
that what she's
little,
talking about, though?
the
No,
little
I don't
colored
think she is.
people in the
No.
jockey outfits.
I'm gonna actually do this, and I'm gonna go against Doro. Sorry, Doro. But no, what she's talking about is trying to create like metal sculptures in her yard. No, seriously, that's like that's what yard art is in the Midwestern sphere.
I can see
Seriously.
that.
I do too.
Yeah,
That's not
just
too
like
far-fetched,
what
honestly.
that's just what people
I
do
do.
out here.
I do, but I believe her yard art is her own
Roadkill
expression.
and fucking feces.
Yeah, which is
She's gonna take
essentially
a shit on like a dead coyote.
No,
yeah.
she poops in a cup and then spreads it around and then.
That's
Yeah.
true. There is video of that. I
believe-
don't have that one queued up.
So I
Hey,
believe
based.
it is like a protective circle that instead of salt, it's fecal matter.
It channels more.
Doesn't work that
demons.
way, dude. Yeah, it don't work
It's a
that way.
reverse. It's a reverse.
She has enough
That-
salt
that's
in her
how you-
shit, then
that's-
it'll work.
That's like an aggro circle. It
Well,
Yeah.
makes
here's
all the
here's
demons go ape
one
shit.
thing that's common in a lot of religions, and I don't know if it's in Islam, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, is that the things you don't generally ethereal beings are attracted by smell. That's why incense is so prevalent. And you use bad smells to attract the things you don't want.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
That's why
it is-
sage smells the way it does.
it is her possessed side trying to call
Hold on.
in reinforcements.
Wait.
Maybe.
Wait a second. You use bad smells to attract what you don't want. Why do I smell so bad?
Damn.
You're trying to attract more stink bugs.
It's the stinky boys, I'm telling
You
you.
see, he wants an army of stink bugs so that they can form a new girlfriend.
Stinkette.
Yeah,
Stink-
that's
stink-
basically that's
They'll
basically
take
what I'm
a
doing,
form
but like
they'll
not in a good
take
way.
a form
No.
of a voluptuous woman one day.
I mean, I have enough stink bugs in this fucking bottle to make that happen. You know what I mean?
What is that? Four Loco Stinky? Is that what you guys
I
You know
wish I
what,
had a
Mud?
stinky
Now that I'm
bullet
thinking
for-
about it, in Islam, that is the thing, because the jinn like live on like trash dumps and just places that humans aren't like one to go, right?
Humans don't occupy. They will go into a tree, kill the tree's spirit, and then form and morph into
So,
the tree itself.
Could that be why the Fae were worshipped as like nature spirits?
Well, Jinn is just an Arab word for fae.
I hear you. So
That's
yes is
all.
your answer, right?
Yes.
Cool. Let's go back into a little bit of Ashley. Let her rave a little more. Why not?
Yes, please. Switch it.
What? What are you saying, Dora?
It's just there's so many videos.
Well, I got the ones I got. I'm going slow because we can do this like every week, dude.
Is the audience ready to join me?
Some people in the audience are like Jerry Babb is saying that this is too much. This is just a woman suffering. It's not a lol cow, and I agree. This is going far past lol cow.
I do.
Well, that's why it's a
The fact that I really believe she is possessed makes this something far more. And we've seen some chats. Like, we saw the fucking Getting Silly audience totally reject this shit when you showed it to them.
Yeah, they hated it.
And so there will be that part that rejects it, but goddamn, this is some real shit.
It's repugnant, and it does instill... Look, I'm not feeling shit when I watch a fucking AVGN new video, except a little anger. Chris Chan never did it for me personally.
Love him.
The Nick fucking avocado guy, he didn't
Funny
do
for
shit
5
for
minutes,
me
and then
either.
it's done.
This at least gets my ass feeling.
I feel awful, but
I feel her.
Gets you squealing.
Gets my gets the blood flowing.
gets the people going.
Yeah, so I want to know in chat how you feel about that. Definitely get back to me. I want somebody else to watch chat for me, but people say they'll do it. They don't do it. I'm doing a lot.
All right, I'll do it. I'm sorry. Here I am. I'm watching.
All right. Well, just say something if they have any good comments. Come on, I love these people. They support me in my time of need. All right, a little bit of Ashley then.
Holy shit, there was a sombrero put here. What? Doesn't that look like a sombrero?
It's my favorite.
Have I
bit.
done this before? Why did I know this
I've
happened?
done this before. It's like
Ew.
Memento.
This metal thing, I put sticks in it.
Wow, Matt coming out clutch with the big answers, the good calls, the things only a Midwestern man would know. The road art. Who's there? Are you guys still there? You're just fucking being silent. Come on now. The fucking it was metal shit.
It is road art. Where's
Yeah.
Matt?
Matt muted himself.
I don't know. Well, he doesn't get any credit.
She's
then this
trying to
time.
make Iron Giant to fight the demons for her.
There you go.
Here we go.
Or it could be like a protector of the house.
Yeah,
But yeah, again, like what Maud was saying earlier, like there's probably the demon, like spirits like to attach themselves to structures because like they have the freedom to go about. So like me talking
right.
and say
They
that
can also morph in the structures, hence the stairs in the woods.
Joe Who in the chat says you never go full sombrero.
I was masturbating in. What
That'd
about
be
climbing
like
the tree?
All right, let's roll it back. Let's roll it back a little bit. I'll.
10
There's
times
a spot I was
too big for
masturbating
you.
in. What
Should
about
be
climbing
10
the
sizes too
tree?
big.
I want my climbing tree.
the fucking spider just like at the top of a tree, just jerking it,
Ew.
just beating his meat up there.
I want my jerkin tree.
Yeah. I changed natural habitat. Oh, feed the birds. Feed the birds.
All right, she's in the alleyway. She's not even at her house.
Do you think the feed the birds thing is some metaphysical statement? Like even the birds of the heavens are fed. Do you think my God will not feed me as well?
I believe so.
Wait, what?
I take everything she says as a
Green
riddle
and
or
black and black
poetry.
and blue. Oh my god. What does it mean?
Okay, that one's good.
Green
Sir.
Green is the most dangerous.
She looks at the trash cans and goes, "One's green and one's blue. What does it mean?"
Well, first of all, she calls it black.
Whoa,
Oh, that is another thing.
It's a black lid.
A black,
It's a black
honestly,
She shouldn't be racist.
Honestly, that's kind of a hot take. It
It
really
is.
is a hot take.
What, the different color trash cans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Green
I
and
could
black,
explain
what does
this
it
to you.
mean?
I don't think I'm going to. All right, let's
She's
go on.
and prim. Duh.
When it comes
Shit,
to making
and forget.
compost, yeah. Where do I get to make my compost pile? You look, buried cable on. I set up the table. What the fuck are you doing? Cannot touch
I don't
your
know.
testes,
Like, I see Jacob McGrill in there saying, if possible, I want her cured. There's probably like
Yeah.
theological debate debating whether or not like some people are too far gone in their demonic, like oppression or possession.
Like, I'm
go on.
pretty sure if she got exercised today, she would wither away.
There's just nothing
Oh,
left of
yeah,
her.
that
The
is a
only thing-
possibility.
The only thing holding her together, the reason why she's alive, is the demonic possession.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Well, then her soul would be at peace.
Yes, and that's the only way we
I don't
can
think
save her.
no, I don't actually think her soul will be at peace.
I do.
Well, if she gets exercise and like that, you see, like she is weathering away because how the trauma and like it's kind of like the idea of like let's say skeleton warrior from RPG or fucking something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like I'm just saying this example, but like there's a power of spirit that is literally keeping that together, and without that power of spirit, that just literally crumbles away.
Oh, so essentially a lich.
That
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
If you have to talk about World of Warcraft.
The Lich King is come.
Really, nigga? I didn't mean to do that. I was just talking about liches in general. Liches, well, we all know liches control
skeletons. Oh God.
DDDDS in the chat says just took 800 milligrams of DXM. What plateau is that, brother? I forget. Sounds awesome. I'm jealous.
It's a rap band, I assume.
If I had money, I would take a bunch of cough medicine. Like, real.
What the fuck, Matt? Look, dude, if I'm gonna dream about having money, I'm gonna like imagine I'm fucking doing
tell
blow
us
in
about your
Thailand.
dream. Yeah, tell us about your dream. Tell us about your dream, Yakov.
I talked about the dream of Mega Streamcast. Okay, so yeah, I got a bag of blow in the dream. I did a bunch of blow, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna hit me super good. And I woke up and I didn't get high. It was bullshit. I got ripped off.
I had a crazy ass dream, and it's funny because like all this thing about like Chinese thing and the social credit thing. I had a dream that I was in a Chinese apocalypse world, and like I stole an iPhone, and the Chinese people were after me because I picked up the iPhone. And I don't know, it was fucking weird. I was running away from Chinese people the whole time in a post-apocalyptic world.
This is like that episode of King of the Hill where Joseph couldn't run with the buffalo or whatever. I don't know. Just a thought.
Dude, Flame. I was
What?
when you were talking about somebody's dream, Yakov's dream. I thought you were gonna ask me about mine for a second, because that was a fucking weird dream.
Well, tell us, dude.
Oh
tell
my
us.
god. Okay, so it started with, like, I never seen, like, okay, so I don't know.
Go, shut the fuck up, Matt.
I kept hearing about
Killing
like,
me.
okay,
You fucking we tee up people. You tee people up for these jokes. You tee them the fuck up softball mode.
That's what I do. Yeah. Go. But no, like I never actually watched that.
Talk,
Look,
you
Matt, you got a
asshole.
job offer in the chat. You got a job offer. Matt should dream about coming to Texas, and I would IRL pay him $500 a week. $500 a week to work for me.
That's
Holy
terrible.
There you go, dude.
Good deal.
I was telling you.
I'd fucking take
work
that
10
up.
hours a week.
I want that.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck you.
It's probably a job for a farm boy.
That's $2,000 a month.
Anyway, I ended up
sweet,
having
dude.
another sleep paralysis thing, and I ended up having the Macarena stuck in my head for like 4 hours the next day.
The fuck kind of story is this? How did Christina Ricci become involved?
I didn't mention her, but now, I'll dream about her now.
Was Alec Baldwin in your dream?
Oh god,
Matt.
One day we'll get through this fucking Ashley content. I'm really dragging it out on purpose, to be honest. You want to go back to
Matt is
Ashley?
the
Should I
next
move it
beggar,
forward?
Casey.
I'd say cut
do
to
that.
another video.
Go to another video. I can do that. All right, let's do it.
My
Let's
dreams
go
are
to
weird, and
the next
they're
one.
always in like ancient Egypt or some shit.
I've had some of those.
Pretty
Are we? When I was doing lots of acid, I would convince myself that it was like reincarnation and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe.
I have dreams. I have dreams that like I was a French guy and I died. Like I died in the plague, like the Black Plague. Like I had a dream that like my mentor like
Dream
died
warriors.
from the plague. Yeah, and then like I was like I had to take up his cause, and then like I was helping people, and then I eventually died of the plague.
Based. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to our next Ashley video. This one, I don't even think I should say what this one's called. Let's just watch it.
This is a 75-year-old black man, and we both need power scooters.
Power scooters.
All right.
Wow.
I want everyone to be
Very
quiet. I just
specific.
want to replay that again because it's funny as shit. Be quiet while they say this.
This is a 75-year-old black man, and we both need power scooters.
And you won't give us now. Why won't you?
Why?
We need it
Help!
so we can ride
We just
around.
look beefy.
Just right.
That's so wrong.
Oh, you're right.
Here we have our Ashley, our angel Ashley. I wish we could give her
We
her
just
sunshine
look
back.
beefy.
And
We just look
here she
beefy.
is with a 75-year-old black man that she is very happy to announce to the world. Is this her new her fling maybe?
Oh God, don't.
This is an old video, okay? So
We're doing old videos. We're going. Last week was the introduction. This time you get a little bit of arc. We'll figure out a new story to tell next week. But yeah, what do you got to say about this? Defend her.
I would say it. This man has some sort of drug connection.
Are you sure he's
Of
not
course,
John?
yeah.
Like I'm sure he's doing drugs, but the question is, did he just pay her for sex, or did he like get high with her, or is he selling?
I'm pretty sure they got high together.
Pretty sure they got high and then he paid her for sex with his fucking his 401k money, Social Security.
That does sound believable.
If he's that old, he only looks like 50.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is crack like the fountain of youth?
Well,
like,
black
damn.
don't crack.
Black does not. Yeah, black does not crack.
All right, let's finish this.
We need everything.
Help!
We know somebody's paying her for
Think
sex.
about it.
Well, I pay top dollar.
He's into it too. Guy's into
Yeah.
it. How
I
much
wonder if
would
he
you-
likes the pins.
Doro's gonna go to Kansas and blow all his crypto money on this fucking stupid bitch. Don't do it.
Seriously, don't do it.
Do it.
Come to Ohio
already
and hang out
bought the
with me. I'll
tickets.
take you on some Bigfoot hunts.
Do it and film it.
Well, I will.
Jerry, I am a mulatto man.
Wait, Jerry's in the chat. Tell him I
No,
got
so
gay.
Jerry Bev is asking if I'm white.
Yeah, fuck Jerry.
I
But,
don't think it's the same Jerry.
Why
Not
is
gonna
it
lie.
not,
I mean,
Jerry?
I would give this girl 20.
No, I'm not
bucks to,
mulatto.
Have her roll.
Matt,
gay,
would
you know what I mean?
what the fuck?
You'd give her a 20?
To roll in the stink bugs.
Oh,
Roll the stink bugs.
Well,
please.
see, I have problems paying with sex, but I will bring drugs, and then the sex will happen.
Yes. I
Many
concur.
steps.
Just
It's a
gotta
different-
get her.
It's a different type of bus.
You could
gotta
have
get
all the
her-
drugs for yourself and then just do the bit.
I could always wax her, but I
The
wouldn't
key,
do
the
it.
key with Doro is to get her so disoriented she can't see what he looks like.
look at me.
For seeing his moves at the gathering of the Juggalos, it was pretty smooth
scene.
with that with the acid and the
This is a done deal.
intimacy.
It's a done
Just
deal.
hanging out. You gotta be genuine.
Be yourself.
This is different. This isn't just some dirty crack whore to me.
Who, Ashley?
No,
It's just a dead dirty crack whore to me.
It's a meth
seriously,
whore.
I actually completely get where Dora's coming from because, like, she's an interesting girl. Seriously, no, she is.
Yeah,
And
but
I
she
have
gets great
had-
gummer.
Well, sure, but
She
I
has-
had my
the girl at the
times
gathering
with
of the
interesting girls from the
Juggalos.
trailer park.
The girl you got at the gathering was a lot better than this one. I'm sorry.
I don't know about a lot better. Maybe a little.
Nah,
maybe
because I would have totally been on that
No.
rather than Ashley. I'm sorry.
I mean,
She
I
had-
don't on any of this shit. I can tell you that for a fact.
You're not an adventurous man, Yakov.
Dude, I'll get weird. But I don't want these crack whores. Give me like some sort of, I don't know, tribal jungle bitch with like a long neck, a floppy neck.
Oh, we really doing that? You want to fuck a bunch of Brazilians again?
Don't
Keep
take
doing
the
that.
spring off.
I just want to have a
Wait,
floppy
wait.
neck.
No, we
No,
don't
the
do it.
spring's coming off.
To be honest, that face paint make me go.
If she acts up, I will turn her ass into a rock'em sock'em robot.
Oh, you're
and
gonna do a lot of things
give
like
her,
that.
give her an uppercut and take that fucking head right off.
Awesome. Let's go into our
But
next
no,
video.
like,
What do you got?
let's just go on, please.
Let's go on.
Let's just go on.
Let's see what she's got to say here. Everyone be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Stop snoring.
Aryan Brotherhood, I'm sorry. I know your people are like the army, like militia. And I know I seem real silly, and I know y'all are good teachers. I don't want that guy with the heart that's connected to me to die.
All right, here she is directly reaching out to the Aryan Brotherhood to come help her. What's up with that?
Should I say anything? Should I?
Well,
should I
you don't have to
say
go.
anything?
There's nothing to really go
help her in
into.
what way? Help her in what way? I don't.
I'm
understand.
sure she wants money.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Duh.
Right, Doro?
Easy.
Yes. Who do you think's selling her the drugs?
The black guy.
So it's
The
like
black people do not do meth. They do crack.
it's like she's wrapped up in some AB shit, and yeah,
I'm
and it seems like she
thinking
has
hillbilly
handlers.
magic. We've seen videos of her in some sort of trailer park styled shibari, tied up. We've seen cryptic messages written on her face. She's spoken about doms, dominators,
And I'm sure that's part of the prostitute bit, but
yeah, of course.
Where
I'll
are the
link
shout
you
outs?
those videos later.
Yeah. Okay.
They're in my personal file. Yeah. I'm wondering if she didn't rip them off and they killed her.
I don't know.
Because she was really, really high this past week. Really fucking high.
You guys showed me like the video of her with the actual like meth pipe and shit, but I don't really think she was like a huge meth.
Dog, you are
more
insane, man.
I'm more worried about her being taken
maybe.
advantage of than her
I don't
like
know.
pulling
Yeah,
fast
me
on
and
other
you
people.
have argued about this a lot. I don't know about the whole meth thing.
Not sure,
What
but
the fuck? Matt's not sure about the whole meth thing.
He's an expert.
Well,
Have
I
you-
used to be an expert.
Wait.
That's
Have
my
you
bit.
have you heard that people crush up and smoke bed bugs
Bed
Bed
bugadine.
The Dabrigs.
and
Let me,
get
hold on,
very,
hold on.
very high?
Let me call my ex on the phone. Hey, bed bugs. That's gay.
Your ex is a bed bug, dude?
My
He came back home and found his girlfriend in bed with the bed bug.
What are all those bed bugs doing in there with you?
Ever had sex with a bed bug? Hello. Hello.
Let's finish up this video. Let's finish this.
You didn't tell me this was a
Open relationship.
Polyamorous with the bed bug.
And I'm trying to
There's
fight
like a
it.
trillion
Some
of
of
them.
this is uncontrollable anymore.
The possession, she means.
Like when kids are on me, I become them. Even to the loss of my own children. I had this red spot that was supposed to prevent it. I don't know what happened now.
Doro, I think I asked you this before about the red spot. Did that make any sense to you? She had this red spot that was supposed to protect her or whatever.
Where is it? Where
Not
is
really
it?
sure. Doesn't
Okay.
it? I'll
rewatch it if you
Okay.
tell me where it is.
All right,
Is
let's
it?
keep going. Shut up. Let's keep going.
And I know army
Okay.
people have major head injuries and they get better, and this is all ridiculous.
Hold up. Pause
It's
it.
almost over. It's almost over.
But can I get help, please? I don't know what to do.
I believe she's genuinely wanting
Yeah, I
help.
believe she's genuinely asking for the Aryan Brotherhood for money. I believe that. Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
So like she said like something about head injury. Is like
She's had a head injury.
Is the red? This might sound far fetched, but is the red spot probably like something like some people have like floaters in their eyes and like sometimes.
I thought Dora
that.
told me
I don't
something
think
about
so.
that before. maybe not. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But
What were you
dude,
saying,
you can't parse half this shit. Unparsable.
That's the thing. All of her videos are so cryptic and open for interpretation that when you get a bunch of sickos like ourselves watching it, we're like, oh yeah, what did she mean by that? And then she really brings out. I can't stress it enough. I bring it to a very weird podcast, and those people were like completely racked by the video. It fucks.
It's
with
weird
the head.
vibes. It's weird fucking vibes. No doubt
Yeah,
about
it is. It makes you uncomfortable. It gets your fear going. That fear switch.
like I said, I've been around these people in real life. These fucking schizo junkie people. Like I'm in fucking heroin country. Like I see that shit. I don't like being around it.
At one point. We
Wait.
transformed in there, yeah. Like we transformed into them.
I've been it too, but I go to places where it's encouraged to be a fucking weirdo on drugs and do it. I don't want to do it in public, because it really. And I ran a fucking convenience store for a long time. And these people would come in, they'd buy like something for $1, like a fucking Swisher, and they just hang out and be really fucking shifty for no fucking reason. Go somewhere else and be fucking shifty. It puts your energy like all over the place.
I spent about 2 months, I think, at a gas station, and every single person that would come in there was just incredibly shifty. It was so fucking terrible.
So Jacob McGrill in the chat says the red spot is what gorilla families give her. Give her upside her head? What?
That gorilla business. You gotta.
Oh,
you gotta bet the
I
chat.
get it, yeah.
Bet the chat.
Do you guys like my new hat? Do you guys like my new hat?
Is that a MAGA hat?
Hell yeah!
I have one around here somewhere.
We are off YouTube now. YouTube's gonna take us down.
All right,
Trump 2020.
Have we hit all the Ashley bit for this week? Do you have anything else we want to say? We want to wish her Godspeed in whatever endeavor she's taking part in right now that leaves her unable to let us know she's alive.
It's totally up
whatever,
to the
whatever
audience.
dumpster or fucking trunk she's in right now.
I
hope not.
I will
Everyone lift
let-
your hands up to the screen and give me your energy. I want your energy, baby. You send me your energy and we'll send all that to Ashley. We'll fucking get it on to Ashley. We will let her know. You're thinking about her when you want her safe and sound and healthy. You want her to come back. You want her sunshine back. You want to bring Ashley's sunshine back.
Shoot all.
Anyway. You guys want to talk about
stage for her?
Talk about Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Pitbull menace.
Matty
Talk
in
about
here? What up, dude? Alec Baldwin.
We have a
in the-
serious
what up,
problem
Matty?
with all these pit bulls that bite children. We need to euthanize all pit bulls.
Yeah.
Get Matty, go back to 2015, Matty. Go back to 2015, bro.
I am going to form my own pit bull Gestapo, and no one's going to stop me.
All right. Let's
Well,
what the fuck is it doing?
hold on. I actually want to challenge him real quick. I actually have a pit bull.
You're going to die.
That makes sense now.
Why aren't you using your pit bulls to get all the stink bugs?
Pitbulls, Newports, sugary
Just let the
drinks.
motherfucker loose.
Yeah, get those bugs, girl.
Cools.
No, but I actually do.
Sugary
I
drinks,
actually have-
pit bulls.
I have a pit bull. She's a nice girl. She's nice.
That's what they all say until they turn and
my
bite
God.
someone.
A dog is fine too.
Can't
Alright.
do anything anymore. Jesus
So-
Christ.
Fucking with you.
Here is the
Anyways,
bit.
Alec Baldwin.
He shot a lady on set for his new movie Rust. He shot the cinematographer and killed him.
Skinwalker.
Now that's weird enough. It's like weird at face value. This has happened with like Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah.
Is this
But
the
he
same
shot a guy.
situation? She shot the
Yes,
fucking
essentially.
she shot the
It is
cinematographer.
a
And I think it injured the
ritual murder.
director.
Yes,
It's essentially the same thing. Because I actually did a little bit of research into this because I wanted to talk shit about Alec
Doesn't sound
Baldwin.
like it.
Because I hate him. But no, like it was a weird. Whoever's in charge of like giving people the cinematography cameras or the guns, he fucked up really.
No,
really
I
bad.
know. It's Alec Baldwin is a fucking dingleberry, dude. Like, if anybody hands you a fucking gun, like any responsible, like, well-versed man would, like, regardless if it's a toy or not, you should just, like, clear the chamber,
it.
make sure it's fucking like.
Always check it.
Do all your shit, yeah. He's a bourgeoisie. I'm about to say bad words. He's a bourgeoisie wiener ass, and he fucking he doesn't know anything about firearms. And he's like, I'm on the movie.
The story is they gave him the gun, and then the director was like, "We need you for one more shot." And he was like, "Why don't I just shoot you?" And he just blasted him.
yeah.
What a dumbass.
Dude. Rich people.
Which is funny because you can tell this guy did never ever go through any kind of like gun safety classes.
Supposedly it was a
because the first thing
revolver too, by the way, just for.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like the first thing they teach you is you never keep your finger on the trigger. Second, you always like check and make sure it's not loaded. Third, you never point it at anybody. So Alec Baldwin's a fucking retard.
Well,
Sorry.
it was all on purpose to make
it
it
was
look
on
like
purpose.
an accent because it's a blood
To
sacrifice.
ritual murder.
I think so too. Now here's the thing. Now that stuff is weird on its own, and I don't think that's the most like convincing stuff. Who's got me echoing? Stop that shit.
Sorry.
Fucking. So apparently, just recently, let me go through this. A Clinton associate, Sussman, LOL. He was indicted by a council investigating Russia. He was indicted for lying to the FBI about that. This is a guy who, I believe he was represented by Latham and Watkins legal firm, and this kind of all went down September 16th. And now Alec Baldwin now accidentally shoots the Russian wife of a Latham and Watkins lawyer yesterday. That's who the cinematographer. Dog, you said you did research. Do better next time.
Yeah, no, seriously, all the research.
I know.
Yeah,
you're wrong. There's two people. There's a cinematographer who was a woman, and then there was the. I know, dude. You're wasting all of our time arguing about nonsense and being fucking wrong. Somebody fucking help me out here. You're fucking my whole thing up. So he accidentally shot the Russian wife of a Latham and Watkins lawyer. That's who the cinematographer was. Now this comes, like I said, in the wake of this indictment investigating Russia with Clinton associations. And it seems to me like they're trying to get rid of an asset. Like somebody's trying to get rid of like an intelligence asset. And it reminds me a lot of the Richard Spencer situation where he had the Russian wife who was like a translator for Dugin. And I think at this point there's like no doubt that like Richard Spencer was at least a Russian asset. I think that's true.
Richard Spencer.
What? Shoot all pit bulls.
The thing with Dugin is he's outside the Kremlin. Like the entirety of the Kremlin hates Alexander Dugin.
I'm sure, but his purpose is instability in the West, to be honest.
Yes, his purpose is instability in the West so they can return to like a medieval.
But that benefits the Kremlin. So either way, it's a win-win.
They don't know that. The Kremlin doesn't know that. So this is a Kremlin plot. The New World Order, specifically the Trilateral Commission, which is in cahoots with the Clinton Foundation. The Clinton Foundation is basically a front for the Trilateral Commission. They found a Russian asset and killed it.
I wish you'd go over that with me step by step, doing all the important bits. This shit is really convoluted. I'm having a hard time even wrapping my head around it. Go through that again.
Okay, so the Trilateral Commission is a commission formed of the last 6 presidents, including billionaires from all over the place and think tanks. And they're the group that decides U.S. policy for the year. They get together once every year, and that's our national policy. The Clinton Foundation was specifically created to fund the Trilateral Commission and their escapades. That's how they did the Arab Spring, was through funds by the Clinton Foundation.
Okay.
And they funneled money into Tunisia and the protests there. But here, the Trilateral Commission is showing its hand by having a Russian spy get killed ritualistically.
Oh my god! Because I just realized you're right. It was not an actual guy. It was a fucking woman.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Russian
god.
woman too. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
God damn it, dude.
So
Alec Baldwin patrols thoughts.
They do that all the. Brandon Lee was on to the guys that killed his father because Bruce Lee didn't OD. He was assassinated.
Yeah.
Okay. So why
I mean-
Alec Baldwin? Did he know? How about that? Let's start there. Did he know that
He's
the gun was loaded?
hyper-liberal.
It's most likely he didn't know, but he's still gonna get away with it.
Yeah. I could see him,
Oh, yeah,
to
definitely.
be honest, if there's any like Republican shill out there that I think could actually be a Russian asset, it's fucking Alec Baldwin.
Really?
Why not, dude? I believe that dude's a shady individual. I don't think he's truthful. I'm not one to call. And here's the thing: I'm not one to say the Russians. I think I've made that clear over the years. But I think the Duganism thing and the link to Richard Spencer is undeniable at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was in some high up fucking intelligence thing where he knew to get ahead he had to do this act, this fucking sacrifice. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's in collusions with all of these fucking people. I don't believe he's like a actual conservative. He's like with the Clintons. He's an Illuminati motherfucker.
It's like the case with 9/11 and George Bush. George Bush had no idea that there was a planned terrorist attack, but everybody around him knew. To keep
quote unquote, he didn't know.
No, he really didn't know.
I don't
And
believe
so
that.
to keep the appearance of surprise, they didn't tell the person you would think would know everything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I do think Bush was fucking
I
in on it,
doubt
though.
that Alec Baldwin is a Russian asset. I think he's part of the cult because everybody who's a Hollywood actor is part of the cult.
Yeah,
so
I agree
he
with that.
eliminated a Russian agent.
See, to me, I wouldn't put it past like the same, like the same group that was supporting her to want to kill her so that she can't testify against them or something like that.
No, it's a Satanist by the name of Alec Baldwin eliminating a Russian spy in a ritualistic way so that her soul does not join the Tsar
In public.
in paradise.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I kind of get what Muad'Dib's saying, because I mean, like they do this every once in a while. Like every once in a while, they will literally, ritually, like kill somebody on at least some kind of screen. So I like actually kind of agree with this, and I did look her up. She was a Russian-born woman, so of course they're gonna fucking do this. It's so fucking gay. Whole thing's gay.
Yeah, whatever. I got no love for any of these fucking people. I just find the situation
hate 'em
very
all.
interesting. I can go on a little bit too. I got this X thread that I could refer to.
Y'all could play that clip from the South Park movie where they bombed the Baldwins.
I don't know.
Yeah, Canada dropped bombs.
All right, let me go on. I'm going to read from this fucking 4chan post, and everybody knows that that's believable. Hollywood insider and poll lurker from back in the day here. I have worked in Hollywood for over a decade as a producer. I can tell you what really went down. It will fuck you up big time, so be prepared.
Okay.
1. He was given live rounds. Live rounds, as in bullets with gunpowder behind them, aren't allowed on set because they can't be used. Let me repeat that. They can't be used. The only rounds that are allowed are dummy rounds, no gunpowder, and blank rounds, no bullets. There is no way a live round would make it to set because it wouldn't have been purchased or stored in the first place. This would only happen if a crime is being committed.
Oh.
This is true.
I assume
they
it's
only
true.
use
I don't know
blanks
anything
and
about it.
dummies.
Yeah. 2. Virtually no one nowadays uses blank firing during day scenes. This is because you can't see the muzzle flash in the daytime. You would just fire the revolver and let it cycle. It is pretty much completely unheard of nowadays, and for good reason. Insurance is purchased for films, and every single thing is scrutinized before it is approved. If you have something that is risky in the slightest, you pay thousands of dollars more for it, and the studio tells you up front to make the cheaper decision. 3. When firing a gun on set, the hired weapons expert, armorer, prop master, or other crew member loads blanks into it. It is damn near impossible to load a series of blanks and also a live round in a 6-shooter revolver without noticing. Any fucking idiot would hold 6 bullets in their hand and realize that 5 of them have no bullet attached to them and 1 of them does. It's like holding 6 dicks in your hand and only 1 of them has a dickhead. It's impossible not to notice. Everyone on the same page? Anyone got any...
Yeah, they crimped the end where the bullet would be, and it's just like powder inside the shell.
Gotcha.
Yes.
4.
It just blows up and then... Okay.
It is extremely rare that an actor would aim a gun at a crew member. Actors aim guns at other actors or at empty spaces. Even if they are pointing the gun at the camera, the cinematographer and director are not directly behind the camera or in the way of the gun. They are off to the side looking at monitors. Even if the camera is moving and the cinematographer is behind it, it is still extremely rare that the actor would aim a gun at them due to all the other angles they could be aiming at. It is a very rare alignment that does not occur. 5. The press are misleading you on purpose. They keep saying he was given a prop gun. A prop gun is a gun that can't fire bullets. Only a real gun can fire bullets. He was given a real gun, which was a 6-shooter revolver. They are saying prop gun for a reason. They are trying to diminish the fact that this was a crime.
I disagree with that.
This goes back to Alec Baldwin being a wiener ass, like a dingleberry, because like I have a feeling he would not be able to really tell the difference. This is a man that has such a huge hubris and self-importance. Like he would not even think about these kind of things.
Well, a prop gun doesn't, like, the action on the revolver, if it's a prop gun, it doesn't work at all. So
He wouldn't know that. I doubt he would know that. And like the prop guns are supposed to look like the real thing because you don't want people spurging out in the fucking theaters.
They use the real thing. And like the thing about this that makes it really suspicious is like they do, like Yakov said about a minute ago, like they actually do make bullets that are not, actual bullets. But
yeah, like sometimes they have wax ends. Like there's like a place in Las Vegas that you could go to where you could do live action shooting at each other with your friends with wax bullets.
Either way, whoever was like handling the prop gun, if you want to say it was an actual fuck up, they fucked up because the prop guns are able to fire real bullets and they're able to fire fake bullets. So either way, the prop gun guy, whoever's in charge of the fucking props, whatever, they fucked up. And
I hear you. Well, one argument that was around is that like a prop gun is kind of a misnomer. Like, you get prop gun using that if it absolutely doesn't fire and is incapable of firing, but even if it can fire blanks, then it's like a real gun. It can still fire something.
They're all real guns, yeah, for sure.
There are guns that are modified to where they cannot shoot live rounds, but they can still fire.
Take the action out.
Yeah.
To remove the.
It's a real firing firearm. It's just what's modified is the barrels that they're not able to shoot.
Yeah, they take
live
the
rounds.
firing pin out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's exactly what it is. Like
no, but like I'm saying like for these guns that like are like that shoot like wax bullets and like blanks, like they're going to still have their firing pins because that's essential for the firing mechanism.
Yep.
Like
they all have the same thing
ignition
in the
of the powder without it.
Yep.
So Asterios in the chat says, what was a Russian spy doing around some normie movie set? But I believe like a Russian spy can be a cinematographer, legitimately be a cinematographer. Like your time in Hollywood is spying, right?
Why does the CIA have an office in every Hollywood studio?
Surely.
Why are there CIA agents right outside my window?
Open up!
Red Sea says, I hope they get...
Why was Cab Neal's pizza not delivered by the Russian spies?
Right? What the fuck was that, dude?
Red Sea says, I hope they get Trump to play Alec Baldwin in the next SNL and have him shoot up the cast. Comedy like that doesn't happen anymore. Classic.
Wish.
Yeah, I got more fucking Alec Baldwin here. More Alec Baldwin here. Let's figure out what goddamn window I'm on. All right. 6. The death falls in line with an occult practice of art predicting death. Alec is in a movie where he plays a man trying to help his grandson who committed an accidental murder. Brandon Lee was in a film where he played a man who gets shot and killed and resurrected. Heath Ledger played a rebooted version of the same character that got killed and resurrected. Heath Ledger played a character that was directly inspired by The Crow. The Joker, David Goyer and Chris Nolan admitted that the Joker's entire look and makeup, the way he goes into the gangster meeting, the knives he chooses, the fire symbols, and a lot more are directly ripped from The Crow. They were all playing characters that they become in real life. So I think the Joker, the Heath Ledger bit might be a little bit of a stretch there. I still think it's weird Hollywood sacrificial shit. We've talked about this before on a previous Halloween episode because he died on Halloween.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Am I thinking about the right guy? Fuck, who knows? I'm just making shit up at this point. I think I am.
You're thinking about the right guy.
Okay. So it does seem like he was ritually murdered. And a lot of people are saying that this is a totally different situation, that it was just a drug overdose, but that's questionable. Do you agree with everything that was said there, Maud?
Yes.
Cool. 7. The movie is also a metaphor for Satan. Do you see the connection? Brandon died playing a role. Heath died playing the same role. They were playing men that were burning society down. They were both playing the role of Satan. They were both murdered as sacrifices. They were both killed at the age of 28. But what about Alec's character? He plays an outlaw that is breaking a 13-year-old murderer out of prison. 13 is a metaphor for the spirit of rebellion. He is also playing the role of Satan. Everyone on the same page there?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what it is the Masonic killing of the king ritual.
It's Hiram Abiff, like in the third degree in the Master Mason. When they conk you on the head, you fall over, they pick you back up.
The same with the Druidic killing of the fool. You have an actor that's dressed up as a literal clown, in the case of in the Joker, and they used to skin him alive, but now they just fucking kill him.
Yeah, fuck
disgusting. All right, so 8. The deaths all align with occult satanic numerology. March 31st, 1993 at 1:03. Then there's a bunch of numbers. 3311993109 equals 33 equals 6. January 22nd, 2008 at 3:33, and same thing over. You get 6. October 21st, 2021 at 1:50. You add all this shit up and you get 6 again. 666, the number of the beast. What they're doing is they're adding up all the single numbers in those dates and times, and they're getting a total number. So with March 31st, 1933 at 1:03, you get 33 is the total number from all of those numbers. That adds up to 6. Next one adds up to 24, adds up to 6. Next one is 15, adds up to 6. That's what they're getting at there. I don't know if that's schizophrenic or fuck or what. Like, I don't know if I can do that with any numbers. I'd like to try.
I think I'm probably butchering his name, but Asterios or whatever. He says 13 is the tarot card of death and rebirth, and you mentioned with the Masonic ritual the knocking on the head, and like you see this ritual a lot, like in the Dionysian
they say
ritual,
it comes.
mystery cult.
They say it comes from the reason Friday the 13th. We were talking about that earlier tonight. The reason for that is because there was a papal bull given at the time, Friday the 13th. I don't know when. Maud, give me a date here. You'd be better at this than me.
So it was around like the late 1250s when King Philip of France and the Pope at that time, King Philip reported that the Knights Templar had been worshipping a bearded man and were reverting to blood sacrifices.
Is that a reference to Muhammad?
They call it Baphomet.
But that,
I
but
am
it
not
is
sure that
okay.
is a direct.
Well, a bearded man
direct
is not
relation.
Baphomet. Baphomet is not a bearded man.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a bearded goat.
That's what the
Yeah.
original
A bearded
letters
ram, I mean.
between the two. That's what they wrote down in the church, and that's what we
Okay.
have. Is the official report was they were worshiping a statue of a bearded man with horns in like a robe.
You remember back
Hold
in
on,
the
hold on. I want to finish.
And
I want to
and the
finish
Knights,
this.
and the Knights Templar were all hung and or burned at this.
The papal bull was given on Friday the 13th, and whatever year that was back then, that all the Knights Templar would be rounded up and killed. And that's the point where they say there was an exodus of Templars with all of this money, and they went and they founded Masonic rites in all of these places. And that's how they continue to resist the secret societies.
They actually were talking about having all them rounded up and killed?
They did kill
because they were the richest people. They were the richest people on earth. They had all the fucking money.
And
I don't know about this.
And this is why, even today, you can still Catholics will not become ardent Catholics will not become Freemasons.
Yeah.
Well, they have their own secret.
Well, it's not really just only Catholics. It's a lot of Protestants as well.
Yeah.
That in fact, they're more fervent against that as well.
I don't know about that, dude. There's a lot of Masonic influence in Protestant America.
Evangelicals especially. I mean, Baptists don't mess with Freemasons, but evangelicals.
We even have Mormons, which are basically Protestant
Mormonism
Christianity
is
mixed
Masonic.
with it's mixed with Freemasonry.
They have a pretend sacrifice where they put a blanket over you, and everyone wears white robes.
So hold up, Muad'Dib.
Yes.
They actually did the bit where they were gonna go after the fucking.
They did. They killed a bunch of them.
Killed Jonathan
Really?
LaLaye, bro.
I don't know how that's not hard to believe.
How did I fucking miss this? Oh my god,
dude! It's because you've been focused on one topic for years now.
I know.
That's how.
Yeah,
this is important shit.
Hey, I love our uncle. Hey, don't I, boys? Hey. No, that's fucking wild. I did not know that. Wow.
I mean, personally, I don't believe that the Freemasons have a legitimate claim to the Knights Templar. I think they're. You say what you want about the Knights Templar,
but is that the origin of 13 in their numerology? Do they say that's their origin? Okay.
No.
I could look that up.
They
right
just
now,
what the Freemasons like to do and why they're so evil and schemy is they like to take spiritual traditions from other paths and cross them. You're not allowed to in the world of tradition with the capital T, and you're not allowed to, let's say, mix different spiritual paths. They're taking, especially the symbolism of the two naked men sitting on a horse, and of the Templar cross. They use it all the time, and they're proud to say they're part of the Templars because they want people to confuse them with nobility. And the Templars were the most voracious fighters for Christianity. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, that is quite a claim for anyone to say, I have the lineage of such and such, let alone the Knights Templar, but saying from royalty, from bloodlines and stuff like that. It does hold a lot of power.
They also say their origins are in the Hermetics, which is completely different from the Knights Templar.
I'm definitely a believer of synchronicity. So a lot of these crossings are not made. They're not made just a willy nilly. There are going to be some synchronicities between a lot of spiritual paths.
When I speak of crossing, I mean referring to worshiping worshiping like ISIS and then going back and being covered in Christian symbols. I don't mean finding a connection between, let's say the Romans find a connection between Donar and Thor and Zeus. That's
that's the thing.
synchronicity.
A lot of cultures like are gonna do that
I mean,
regardless.
it's very common. I mean, one thing, like even in Eastern tradition, it said like don't be a spiritual prostitute. Like find a path and stick with it. Don't don't move all over. It's just that is very traditional, and I am not traditional, and I don't. I'm something of a rule breaker.
The reason why Masons like
we are
to
in these dark times.
combine symbols, not keep the symbols on their own, not just put the symbols next to each other, but combine them, is because it's a type of chaos magic. It's a type of sundering of the natural order, sundering of dharma, so that you can pull evil energies in.
Evil energy.
No, I was like, what you were saying, Yakov, a second ago. Like, I got in trouble with some Facebook guys about that because, like, I don't know what the fuck, like, what are we supposed to be fucking doing at this point? Like, religiously, like, it's so hard to.
I do believe that we are in very dark times, and that you have to find your own path, and that's going to take going from because there's no gurus, there's no saints, there's none of these people aren't really around. They're not accessible to you, so it's going to take bumbling around in the darkness, grasping at straws until you get there.
The thing is like these gurus and these saints have been so murked up and muddied by our own followers. Like I get into a lot of discussions with some people about like the nature of saints and stuff like that, and unfortunately a lot of Catholics they tend to go more into saint worship instead of getting into the philosophical point of view from what the saints were doing. The idea of the saint is to be like Christ-like. They're walking the path of Christ, and that's what makes them a saint. So, like, as one follower starts revering a saint, he is getting further away from the source, and it keeps on going further and further. As one follower,
the saint is supposed to make it easier for the disciple to get.
That's true. That's true. But people get lost and they start worshiping that person, like following that path.
I think everything is fucking corrupted. I think every path is corrupted in its own way.
We corrupt the paths ourselves. We corrupt the paths ourselves, and that's why. That's personally like I see and hear is that we gotta like start going. We have to find our own way, like Yakov just said. We had like it's hard for some people to do it, but like if some people want to talk about that stuff with us, we can guide you. We can point you at the right direction.
And also, here's the thing. I want to say this, and this is very important. We have Cody Edison Tate in the chat. This is why I'm a staunch Presbyterian. And I encourage people to go do like normie Christianity. If you want some like spirituality in your life, but you don't want to read through tomes in other languages and all this shit, just go to church. Do the thing that your parents did. That's probably for the best. And I think that's probably right for most people. I'm the kind of guy who wants to dig and has to question, and I'm autistic.
Well, that actually kind of brings me to my point. And Flame, I'm loving listening to every single thing you're talking about, and I want to join this with what Yakov just was talking about, because he was talking about what you said. Everything was like suspect at this point. I feel that way. Yeah.
Well, you have to expose yourself to that. You have to expose yourself to that
Kali Yuga,
corruption.
baby.
So yeah, you have to expose yourself to the evil, because like I was brought up Catholic, but at the same time I'll be the first one to tell you that the devil's in the church.
My family was definitely Catholic too, because I was actually thinking about this earlier. Like when my grandma died, like we ended up doing a Catholic funeral, and I don't know if anybody that's listening to us has ever done the Catholic funeral, but that was like 6 hours of just bullshit. Like seriously, it was. Like I'm not talking shit about my grandma, but like there's just like so many like hymns you need to hum. It was fucking weird, but
That's
no,
because you've been modernized, you fucking
nigga. This was 20 years ago.
I want some WOD time. I want him to weigh in. What is the proper spiritual path for
I
the
didn't even
age?
get
You
to-
tell the people.
I didn't even get to say anything. God damn it!
Because you're just gonna rag on the Catholics and say talking points that Protestants
No, I
have
wasn't
been
going
saying
to.
for
I was actually
400
going to actually
for
bring up a really good
400
point.
fucking
Whatever.
years. You
Whatever.
fucking modernist.
Attention all.
You modernist. You modernist.
Attention all motherfuckers. It is time to shoot pit bulls.
Oh my god.
I have a pit bull. Not
WOD,
the
tell
worst
me
thing.
about the correct spiritual path for today's enlightened individual.
Okay.
Yeah,
the Saints are still alive. The Saints are still alive because every single
That's true.
spiritual path that has ever existed has said there's going to be a dark time where the saints will retreat within themselves. And you're going to have to go looking for them. No one can just like paddle a boat without a get to the shore without a lighthouse. That's basically
a boat without an oar.
That's true.
Yeah, without a lighthouse.
Oh, now you
without
want to
any
listen.
You're up
kind of
Piss Creek.
navigator. Right? So there's a possibility out there of you being connected with someone who can guide you, but you have to first open up your heart and your soul and
Yeah.
get rid of your ego and your questioning and your cynicism in order to let that happen. Because the cynicism is all a product of the material world. You're gonna have to break that down and break the connection between form and function.
Yeah, I want to add on to what Maud says that like there's a saying that like only God knows the numbers of saints because like they're like the people who are canonized as saints, though that's a tiny fraction of the people who actually exist. And like I said, only God knows the true number.
Yeah, only God knows what I was going to say too, because it was actually good.
I have met saintly people in my life. They're not people who were easy to come by, but there are people who don't really live with sin. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they've mostly gotten sin out of their lives, and they're generous people with the best intentions. Once in a while, you can learn from these people. I'd like to emphasize that too, but it's a very personal thing.
I think a real cornerstone of enlightenment is understanding sin in the first place instead of just like outright rejecting or like is freaking out or getting spurgy about sin because everyone does it at one point.
This picture of fucking Ashley is very saintful.
The
Looks
saintly
great.
aura of Ashley, no doubt.
Yeah, she looks nice.
No.
I like her. I'm kind of getting to where Doro feels like he wants to, I guess, save her. Like I get, 'cause, I mean,
We're
she looks
done
like
talking
she would
about
be good.
Ashley. I'm sick of talking about Ashley tonight. We'll talk more Ashley next week. We'll
All right,
always
let's
talk
do
more
something
Ashley.
fun. Get out of
Antonio
the Christian shit.
Antonio Herrera says, I've been watching these guys for a while, but who's the guy talking about the Templars doing chaos magic? That's probably my favorite
Me?
dude. He always throws out stuff I haven't heard in a long time. I think that was Maud Deeb.
Yes, it was Maud that said that.
Based.
Deeb is incredibly based.
Based. No, I don't know where to go from here. I had Chris Chan's astrological chart on tap, but I don't want to do that without Jugs, and we don't have to do that now. It's already kind of old news, to be honest.
We have to do that in the Halloween episode. We have to.
Okay,
We need to force Jugs to be here. God damn it!
He never replied to whether my question of like having a woman spread a man's cheeks was gay or not.
I mean, I wouldn't reply to that either. Okay.
It's disgusting.
But Jugs would be here for that because Jugs helped me out a lot last year, and I really appreciate her. Love you. Jokes.
Let's
Face.
cut to
Love you, Doug.
Let's cut to a recent UFO sighting.
God. Is
Got
it one of the ones I posted?
No.
No, of course not.
Stupid music happening. The clearest UFO sightings we've ever seen. What is this fucking thing? Looks like a fucking crane in the sky.
I posted 2 fucking UFO sightings in the past month. You haven't played either one. You're gonna play
UFO sightings are so fucking boring, but this one looks halfway interesting.
But they're fun.
They're usually the same thing.
We do not post UFO sightings by people who own pit bulls.
You know what this looks like to me?
This is a sweet girl, and you're gay.
What does it look like?
It looks like like when you throw like tennis shoes up on a on electrical wire. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Is that what's going on here?
Actually, it looks like a condom.
This is just footage of Bradshaw right after he just robbed somebody. He just threw his shoes straight up into the air with all his might.
It looks like a condom.
This looks fucking gay.
I don't know what it looks like, but it looks crazy. Looks like
It's
something.
a giant
I had no idea.
hairpin.
It looks like
It looks like a pit bull to me.
Shut
It's
up!
about to go down.
I'm gonna go down on you.
Nobody likes my fucking UFO video.
It's a dick.
No, it's
a
Rod.
dick and
It's
ball.
Rod. It's gay. Sorry.
That ain't no fucking Jordans hanging on some fucking electrical wire. That's not what that is. Although I want to believe it. That's something else. That's aliens.
I don't know. I guarantee a lot of black people would like to wear those shoes.
It's a jump rope.
It's very strange. It's very.
Looks like a Coke bottle, like a Mexican Coke bottle.
No, it looks like a crutch.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're back. Hello, Doro.
I've been listening.
Is it one of those like jellyfish, the jellyfish in the sky that we had an episode on back in the day?
I
don't think so.
That more.
That.
Well, I got something else you want to talk about, Matt. You know what I got?
Red Sea. Red Sea.
Transmitter, dude. It's transmitter.
Is it my birthday? Are you being super sweet? Hello.
Fishermen claim to see Ogwa River monster in West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what this creature
West
is? Can you give us an offhand synopsis of this creature? What it
West
do be?
Virginia. It makes me think of either sturgeon, alligator, or bass.
So you're
honestly.
debunking this fucking shit before I can even fucking talk
I
about it?
want to see
Are you
it.
Kidding?
Let's do it. Let's do the
It's
bit.
just a big bass in the sky.
A recent story about a river creature in West Virginia
Bless
reminded two fishing buddies about a similar encounter they had and their story on a
snapper.
paranormal website. Brought to
It's a
light a
snapper,
little.
ain't it?
Shut up, retards! Brought to light a little-known river monster that deserves more publicity, since its strange history goes back to Native Americans, who may have believed it was real, but also have made it up to scare unsuccessfully their European invaders. The Agua. That's the creature that's going to be spooky. It looked like someone swimming on their hands and knees, crawling across the rocks. You know, maybe a bum fell in the water. Let's go see if we can save him. And then we're sitting here yelling at this black shadow crawling up the rocks when we realized it wasn't even looking, wasn't acknowledging us.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Marino and Jake Byers told WBoy.com that they were catfishing at night on the West Fork River when they saw a huge ball-shaped thing swimming up the river and thought it was an unfortunate drowning human, until they saw its long tail and realized the creature was about 10 feet long. The creature was swimming upstream far faster than anything they were familiar with, including a snapping turtle, but it was gone by the time they were able to shine their vehicle's headlights on the river. Not knowing what it was, they filed it away until last year when they read an article about the Agua, a 20-foot-long cryptid said to resemble a 500-pound giant alligator/snapping turtle hybrid, living in the West Virginia part of the Monongahela River. Yeah, it's the Agua. We've experienced
Is it a relative of the Kappa?
It might be. It might be a jinn. I believe yokai or jinn, probably. There is an animal. an animal in this country which excites the admiration of all who have had an opportunity to view it. Being amphibious, it resides in the water during the daytime, but at night repairs to the land in quest of its prey, which are deer. They lie in the deer paths and undiscovered behind an old stump until the deer, unaware of its enemy, passes over him.
Yep.
And the same at nice.
Like the fact that it's probably a well, if this was real, it would be a giant snapping turtle. 100%.
A giant snapping turtle like could climb rock faces?
Yeah, they can climb rock faces.
Really?
Turtles
are climbers.
Yeah. Turtles, like regular old box turtles, eat fucking birds.
They're heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power. An account from the late 1700s by a youth stationed at Fort Harmar at what is now Marietta, Ohio, tells of a two-headed giant deer-killing water monster in the confluence of the Muskingum River and the Ohio River that was called Agua, or Ago, by local Delawares or Shawnees, who historian Glenn Lough told a West Virginia explorer were just messing with the minds of the Europeans. However, the legend took hold and became the Agua, moving upstream to the Monongahela River. The area is renowned for its strange history, Bigfoot sightings, giant skeletons found in the 1800s, and even a strange plant-like creature aptly named Vegetable Man.
Southern Ohio gang.
So it's only fitting that the river is said to hold such a creature as the Agua. What's up with Vegetable Man? Can you tell me about Vegetable Man real quick?
I never heard of Vegetable Man, but he sounds like the Ohio Grass Man.
No, Vegetable Man. I heard of Vegetable Man. I heard this.
He's the equivalent of
Who is Vegetable Man? I never actually heard about this.
Green Man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the equivalent of the Celtic horned god of nature. He can.
The Saturn.
Corn demons.
Shut up.
I got a Veggie Man. Here we go. I got some Veggie Man. Let's read about this.
I've never actually heard about this. Is that East Ohio?
Taking a detour here. West Virginia has played host to an extraordinary number of unusual creatures. They range from the widely known Mothman of Point Pleasant to the Flatwoods Monster in Braxton County. Few, however, even within the state itself, have heard the strange case of West Virginia's own Vegetable Man. Yep. The Vegetable Man was said to be tall, arguably over 7 feet, thin with a semi-human shape. It also appeared to be partially plant-based and possessed large ears with striking eyes that oscillated in colors, going from red to yellow rapidly. Its arms were thin and gave the impression of reeds by a riverbank. On the ends of its long fingers were suction cups, which had thorns protruding from them. The sighting. In 1968, the woods around Fairmount, West Virginia, Jennings Frederick was out for a hunt. As he moved through the woods in search of game, Frederick heard an odd noise. It sounded like a record player running faster than it should, a sort of high-pitched jabbering. When he tracked down the source of the sound, he came face to face with the creature. Jennings would go on to say that the being looked weakened, sickly. The jabbering increased. Suddenly, he couldn't make out the words, hints at telepathic communication. "You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as a friend. We all know of you. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance and need your help." Let's go into that one real quick. Straight up ET shit happening here. With that, the creature lunged at him. Go on.
I was just gonna say, like, I know, like, when we talk about, like, you know, because, like, you should know as much as I do. Like, when it comes to the, like, not necessarily unexplored, but, like, the woods. Like, people always say, oh, yeah, don't go to the woods. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But, like, you really should not go in the woods. Unless you actually know what the fuck you're doing. Like, for real.
Everyone should go in the woods.
Yeah, we saw Willow Creek the other day, and we saw what happens if you don't follow that advice.
Yeah, you get rejected on your marriage proposal. It's horrifying.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being gay. I've been getting really spooked the last, like, 2 days. Because I've been seeing fucking lights in front of my windows. It's been really fucking weird.
Gang stalkers, we've hit the nest. We've hit the fucking hornet's hive here, dude.
Why am I being gang stalked? I'm a good guy.
By the AB. It's over.
Oh God, I don't know who the AB are, but they're gay, so stop it.
With that, the creature lunged at him and wrapped Frederick up in its surprisingly strong arms.
It was hot.
Come for the vegetable man. Frederick was unable to break away from the embrace as the creature pierced his skin with the thorns on its fingers. While it drained blood from him, Frederick found himself enthralled by the flashing colors of the creature's eyes. Then, almost as quickly as it had pounced, the vegetable man raced away up a hill. Frederick then claimed to hear a deep humming from the other side of the hill. He surmised that it might have been the sound of the creature's ship taking off, implying that he felt the monster was of extraterrestrial origin. To date, the 1968 encounter is the only sighting of Le Vegetable Man.
I rate the Veggie Man a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, he's my favorite cryptid.
He's like a 5 out of 10 cryptid at best.
Mothman blown the fuck out.
Mothman is boring.
Fuck him.
My friendship with Mothman has ended. Now I'm friends with Veggie Man.
With the Veggie Man.
West Virginia explorer tells of a number of agua sightings around 1983 when a coal miner named John Edward White was fishing on that goddamn river with the stupid name when he claimed to see a giant creature with a large fin and serpentine tail in the river. After other fishermen reported seeing a similar monster, it became the Rivesville River Monster, a variation of Ogwa. Closer to Pittsburgh, the creature is called the Manogni, with sightings dating from the French and Indian War, to a larger number between 1930 and 1950 to 2003, when photos appeared in the media of an alleged Manogni, but mysteriously disappeared. This is a fucking snapper turtle. This is not the picture. This is just a snapper turtle.
That's not what I
Article's
said.
fucking with me. I'm sorry.
That's what I said.
But that's not the actual picture that they're talking about. That's just a random.
Well, they're
picture.
gay. I was
it's
right
fucking with my
regardless.
head. They're gang stalking me again.
Is it Teenage Mutant?
No, it's just a dumb normal
snapping
one.
turtle. Matt was right.
Stupid normal one. I know what an alligator snapping turtle looks like. I've caught them before, and they do get massive. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is just a massive variation. But for how shallow the water is here, and just general familiarity with the river, you know that something is existing and thriving here that otherwise should not be. So I love, Nate Moreno says that what he and his friends saw was no alligator snapping turtle. So what was it, Matt?
I am gonna complain about this because snapping turtles can thrive in fucking cricks, and they can survive very well in fucking cricks as long as they have a food source. That's the fucking problem with snapping turtles because they are, dude. Snapping turtles can be voracious predators.
A snapping turtle lives in the drainage ditch outside my house.
You could literally have snapping turtle, especially one of those snapping turtles living in a drainage just outside your house.
They
as
live
long
in
as
my
you can
head.
catch a bunny or something.
Right.
Seriously, turtles are fucking weird. Turtles are beyond.
They are
bizarre.
based. They are friends.
They're kind of based, but they're kind of not based because they can be very big nuisances depending on the
I'm a
situation
nuisance.
you're living in.
I'm a public enemy.
Well, you're a turtle.
I am a menace.
I'm a frog. I'm sorry.
I am a threat.
I'm gonna destroy
I'm being
every
gangsta.
single one of your houses.
I want to go off this random cryptid bit. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these toys. Let's move on to something else. We got a new video of a Bigfoot or a dog man from TikTok.
Oh, no.
TikTok is the new
Okay.
destination for paranormal videos, apparently. I didn't decide this. It was, I don't know, China.
I decided this.
Let's check it out. All right, here on screen, we have a video of security footage of someone's backyard. There's no audio on this. A creature runs through. Now, what happens here? This is the weirdest part. Everyone's taking this seriously. I've seen this on The Sun. They reported on this. The angle changes. Suddenly, we have this great shot of the thing's face. Not a great shot, but where did this other angle come from? Is this from some movie, Doro? Have you seen this one before?
It's actually adorable.
It
and
looks
Ashley
like
Hatcher's house.
looks like some sort of monkey man.
That's like a
monkey man.
Oh,
That
that
is
is
like a
wolf
crackhead
man.
prone.
He's a monkey man.
No,
He's got a snout. He has a snout. I'll give him that.
he's
But-
growing a snout. It's a wolfman transformation. This is.
Yeah, he's trans.
Is this
Trans.
It's from
this is-
Transylvania.
This is a scene from What We Do in the Shadows.
Are you
Swear
serious?
to God.
You being serious?
Yeah.
Based.
No. Debunked.
All right, I'm glad we got it out of the way because it was getting a lot of traction. Like when why isn't the Sun reporting on my random videos about how gang stalkers are leaving fucking blood and cum in my sheets at hotels? Like if they were doing that, I'd be doing way better. But they're like the Sun is literally reporting on them. I'm not saying they're a reputable website or anything, but it's like, come on now. Come on.
Humans walk on all fours all the time. I do it all the time.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Running through my
It's
neighborhood on all fours. It's fucking
Yeah,
funny.
as you do.
Scare
Doing
all
a bit.
the
Scare all the hoes. That's what you're gonna do.
Dude, that's how you get girls that like you. You just run around
Yeah.
on all fours and
No.
you screaming the N word.
That's how I asked the girl out.
That's how I got
the
every single
day.
girlfriend I ever had.
From I think this is Maryland, Chesapeake Northwest River Park. I don't know where this is. I'm assuming it's like Maryland or something. I have a very comfy.
I've been
very comfy
fishing village.
video here from 1981 about Bigfoot, and I think we should just watch it. And we should.
Hold on.
This is how we can close out the recording.
No.
We'll go on streaming for the live
go on,
viewers.
Okay, very based.
Let's
Cool.
do this.
The natural beauty and
Turkeys?
peaceful
Oh,
setting
look,
of Chesapeake's
dinosaurs.
Northwest River Park seems a highly unlikely setting for sightings of a 7-foot-tall ape-human
Geese?
creature. But campers have told authorities they've seen what resembles a Bigfoot, and they swear it isn't a hoax. News of the sighting
That-
has traveled far and wide and brought a TV station from Washington,
That's the
D.C.
first time I heard a sighting out on like the Virginia, Maryland area.
There's sightings fucking everywhere, dude. If you want, you can find sightings in probably every state.
The more northern you
Besides maybe
get, the
Hawaii.
more sightings you get.
to check it out along with the
That's not even necessarily true. There's a ton of
Paul
southern
Bunyan?
places with tons of
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot sightings.
Very true.
Pecos Bill?
Let's go.
City
Let's go.
officials not only prompted Chesapeake Mayor Sidney Oman and Councilman John Butt to visit the park, but an ODU
John
by
Butt?
hundreds.
John Butt?
The sightings have been reported near the park's campgrounds, and those who've seen the creature say it only comes out
John
in the
Butt.
wee hours of the morning.
He had backed up the truck
Mmm.
and started going away.
Shut up.
Ozzy Osbourne looking motherfucker.
Again.
Not gonna lie, I'd pipe.
Is that the girl that went missing at Willow Creek?
Yeah, it's her.
You're gonna go visit
Yeah.
alone.
Arms spread.
She's in the harem now.
And it was about
Bigfoot is a feeder.
She's Bigfoot's bottom dick.
The council suggested
Feeder
that it may
Bigfoot,
have been a
feeder
bear because
Bigfoot.
none of her belongings at the campground were ransacked. However, searching for clues of Bigfoot's trek through the park by scientists turned up virtually nothing. For now, the Bigfoot sighting remains just that.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'd probably hit that.
Are you talking about this girl right here?
Honestly,
Thing?
no.
This
No.
thing?
No.
No. Monkey sound.
And Doro is the one who doesn't get any right to criticize here.
Exactly.
I ain't hitting it. No way. No way.
There's no
That girl is
concrete
the
evidence
future,
of the
no
creature
deal.
having been in the park.
I mean,
What the? You saw her mouth?
Reptilian.
I mean, property is property.
In Chesapeake, Ava Hurdle, the Daily News.
Yeah, if I was drunk.
White present to me. White present to me, baby.
She's a very punchable face.
Yeah.
I don't like her face.
She looks like Rosa Parks.
But it's like the 80s, though.
You wouldn't fuck Rosa
had
Parks? I'll
ugly
fuck
ass
Rosa Parks
glasses.
every day. I'd fuck the
Rosa
shit out of
Parks?
Rosa Parks.
I let
As
her
the
sit on my
resident,
pussy.
That's a resident Wignat, and a guy who wants to bang all different races of girls. No. Nah.
I don't want to bang any black women. Sorry.
Oh, we're off YouTube, boys.
We got canceled from.
Oh, I gotta
everything.
double check.
Because
Every time
they're
someone says that.
queens, and they should be with other black men.
Yeah, that's
Bullshit, Doro. If you're not willing to colonize, I'll take the privilege, dude. Take some fucking
I
notes.
know, Doro. You're a fucking
Take some
hypocrite.
fucking
Fuck you.
notes, motherfucker.
I
Yeah,
don't want to
we'll
call
do
it.
it.
No,
Doro?
I'm into the indigenous, not the.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
Doro likes it when his
I ain't opposed
sperm
to
have
it.
no
I understand.
chance of living.
Yes.
Zero.
No chance of living. Yes,
Zero
that's-
chance
that's
of
my kind of girl.
fertilization.
Hell yeah.
He likes it.
They come out with tattoos that say "Born to Die."
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
So like I said, I'm saving the Chris Chan content for the next time Jugs is around. Doesn't really matter when, but I'm gonna do that. I got a little bit more time to burn. One thing I can do, a la Chris Chan. I found this speech, and most people know about this. It's kind of old news, but I want to put a new twist on it. A speech that Nixon was supposed to give if the astronauts died at the moon landing.
Oh, God.
Based.
Okay, so I want to read it like Chris Chan.
Okay.
All right, let's just
alternate universe where Chris Chan was the president.
And
So
the moon landing failed disastrously. Yes, Matt?
Go on.
All right.
I was just gonna say, like, so everybody knows, like, Yakov does the best Christian.
Don't even say. I don't say it. Don't build it up like that. It's just it's the only fucking impression I can do. It's the only one I can do.
Well,
so my chat has to humor me while I do it.
It sounds so good. You're so whatever. Anyway.
Fate hath ordained that the man who went to the moon to explore in peace will stay on the moon to rest in peace. These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, know that there is no hope for their recovery, but they also know that there is hope for mankind in their sacrifice. These two men are laying down their lives in mankind's most noble goal, the search for true and honest understanding. They will be mourned by their families and friends.
True and honest girlfriends.
They will be mourned by their nations. They will be mourned by the peoples of Ruckersville, Virginia. They will be mourned by a Mother Earth that dares send two of her sons into the unknown. In their exploration, they stirred the people of the world to feel as one in their sacrifice. They bind more tightly the brotherhood of man in solitude. In the ancient days, men looked at the stars and saw their heroes in constellations. In modern times, we do much the same, but our heroes are epic men of flesh and blood, and electric Pokemon. Others will follow, and surely find their way home to 14 Branchland Court, Ruckersville, Virginia. Man's search will not be denied, but these men were the first, and they will remain the foremost in our hearts, in the CPU goddess heart. For every human being who looks up at the moon in the nights to come will know that there is some corner of another world that is forever mankind.
Inshallah.
Jugs is here now.
Jugs is here? Well, we can do it.
Come in chat, please.
Transitioning into Chris Chan content. Fuck, I lied to everybody. Are you ready to do it, Jugs? I'll send
I'm
you
ready.
the link.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh no!
Cool.
Let's do it.
I'll link you. Hold up.
Jugs, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm
Oh
glad
my
to
God.
be here too. I had to tune into Metal Up Your Fash for a little bit because they were listening to some good spooky tunes. And
I wanna be
saw
on
you guys
there
were
so
covering
bad.
some Ashley content, so I was letting you do that before I made my appearance.
Yeah, gotta get. Women don't seem to like that. That's more of a guy thing, huh?
No, I'm very interested in the whole Ashley thing, but I've gotten my fill. I think I don't know.
That's an understatement.
I'll keep you updated.
We got a lot more to come. I'm not gonna lie.
Doro keeps me updated on the Ashley stuff. So, all right, let's see. I know
All right.
I've seen
Doro's a
this
fucking
before.
madman.
Yeah, I sent it to you a while ago. It seemed I think it was just before his arrest, so it kind of like lost its appeal real quick when there was other shit to talk about. But I've always wanted to go over it.
If he uses, I think he used sidereal astrology. But
There-
let's see. Let me see.
I know that was mentioned. I didn't read through the whole thread. But here we have someone on Kiwi Farms, Mariposa Electrique, who here we have I have the natal chart of Chris Chan, and I feel like I could show that on screen, but I don't think it means anything. It doesn't mean anything to me. What's more important is
Right.
what she's saying about it. We'll go over that and see if any of that has come to fruition. So Chris has one of the weirdest, most deviant charts I've ever seen. The first thing that jumps out in Chris's astrological chart is that he's a double Aquarius. He's in no way a Pisces. If he were, the situation with Barb would be 10 times worse. His sun and moon being so close together in aspect indicates someone with a monstrous ego that is in constant need for validation and recognition. These people are often narcissistic and need to be the center of attention. They often have exceedingly high libidos and constantly think about sex. They often feel the need to exalt themselves, even if they've done nothing to deserve it. This falls in line with Chris's thirst for celebrity and his many small appearances in TV, newspaper, and on the internet. The ED didn't create this monster, talking about Encyclopedia Dramatica. Chris would have always found a way to gain notoriety if that avenue didn't exist. His double Aquarius nature, sun and moon, impart aspects of genius and utter insanity. This is a sign of innovation and forward thinking, but also this sign doesn't recognize boundaries or social class like age, gender, family, rich, or poor. I've seen many unwashed hippie Marxist douchebags, innovators, and schizoids alike born with luminaries, sun and moon, in Aquarius. Steve Jobs, I don't know who this other person is. Statistically, for some reason, this sign is extremely brilliant, yet mentally ill. Aquarius also embodies the non-traditional anti-establishment and anti-authority. It bows to no man. And even though it's synonymous with the water carrier, another archetype it's often associated with includes the Antichrist. Chris's sun sign is square Uranus, which makes him like 10 times more insane. As far as gender goes, Aquarius is actually devoid of gender and personifies a genderless alien. These traits, when involved with planets like the sun and the moon, make up Chris's core personality traits and also signify his relationship to his mother and father.
So
Anything to say
where's
about that, Jugs?
I got a quick question.
What up?
Where's the autism come in? Like, what star system gives them the autism?
Every single thing he literally just said.
I would say,
literal
the
star child.
Aquarius sun and moon. So Aquarius is a very alien sign. So with an astrology chart, I mean, I guess you could show the chart because that is kind of like helpful, I guess, because
I'll get up.
In the first house through the sixth are personal houses and personal planets. And then the rest up on the top of the chart, on the northern hemisphere of a chart, are they're represented by outer planets and like outer things. So Aquarius is in the 11th house, so it's very alien, similar to Pisces. And his sun and moon are in the first.
I think Kiwi's being DDoS, so I'm lucky to even be reading this. I don't think I can download it.
That's happening again? What the fuck?
It's always happening. Go on. My bad.
Oh yeah,
so
I noticed like.
Matt, shut up. Stop this.
All right, I'm doing it.
Go on.
Because it's in the first house of self. The first house is the house of the self. So that is kind of a detriment to him, honestly, because so much of his personality is really not selfish, but about himself, pretty much. So having his sun and moon almost conjunct, they're not quite conjunct, but they're almost conjunct in Aquarius in the first house is very alien. He felt like an alien, obviously. We can all see that from us following Christian for as long as we all have.
Theoretically, when you talk about like where does the autism come in, I know it's a joke, but like seriously, I think the implication is like the incarnation that took this sign to solve this problem in his cycle, his karmic cycle of debts. So it's like he was born into this sign that is the crazy person, and like the autism is part of that, part of him working out those karmic debts, like theoretically. I don't know.
Damn, he's fucking up. He's fucking up hard.
So what you're saying, Yakov, is he was born to be.
He's in hell. He was born into hell, basically.
Yeah, that's poor guy. R.I.P.
Yeah, and then another thing that was said about his sun square Uranus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at some principles of horoscopic delineation by Charles E. O. Carter, and he has a chapter on here about insanity and suicide. And one of the aspects he mentions is Uranus square sun, which is another one that a lot of TikTok witches love talking about that placement because they think that it means like people will be like cheaters, which I don't agree with. I think it just means that you will encounter a lot of odd people in your time and also be an odd person. It's like Uranus is an odd planet. It's way out there in the outer planets. It's oddity, it's unexpected things, which is why it has relation to suicide and insanity. And to have that square your sun square is a difficult aspect most
I
of the
think
time.
I think he's going to kill himself. He's already comparing himself to Jesus.
I think so too.
He thinks he's going to die. So it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, I do believe.
Like Odin. He will hang
just
himself
like that.
from a tree.
Just like Hiram.
I don't know. I don't think he has. I mean, to be honest, you can never really know. But like me personally, I don't believe he has it within him to do that.
Well, nobody thought Terry Davis was going to straddle train tracks.
That's true. Also, the thing about Chris Chan, Chris Chan, he lives in a fantasy world. So maybe Chris Chan, like outside of his fantasy, can't do it. But when he's Chris Chan Sonichu, literally Jesus, Muhammad, I think he can probably psych himself up enough to do it.
If anything, I think he's gonna set himself up in a position where like he might do that on accident.
Or purposely get himself killed by inmates.
Or that. Because like if he's having the vision of like being Christ-like, he wants to have the plate of Christ upon him.
He would need to
if
be
you
martyred.
get what I mean? Yeah.
I think he's also easily influenced by other people, so I think he could be talked into it pretty easily.
But that doesn't
he's had a lot of
change.
people.
It doesn't change like how far he will take it, how seriously he will take it in his own fucking dogma.
Right.
That's the really scary part. Let's go on with this post a little more. Something that I find weird is that Bob was born September 4th, making him a strong Leo, which is positioned opposite Leo in the zodiac. It's all about recognizing royalty, social class, tradition, eugenics, and the embodiment of Jesus Christ made flesh. Bob was literally a noble king besieged by revolutionary forces, which is quite common among immediate family members. Bob had many planets in Leo, which made his personality clash with Chris's even more. The next aspect that is exact in Chris's chart is Venus square, his Pluto in Libra. Venus in a man's chart is associated with how he views or relates to biological femininity. And for both genders, it's how they socialize with others and seek pleasures. Pluto presents astrological energy of two extremes, all or nothing, so to speak. This energy is more tolerated by women. In a woman, Venus or Pluto personifies biological femininity and sexual energy. Beyoncé has this same aspect prominently featured in her astrological chart, and it's not uncommon to see the same aspect in supermodels, career prostitutes, and sex symbols. However, in men like Chris, this skews their perception of female sexuality, making them almost obsessed and entranced by it. I've noticed this aspect particularly prominent in the charts of effeminate homosexual men. Oftentimes, these men are timid, with psychosexual and sexual disorders, and are often unable to relate to others or try to over-relate, and are left to wonder why everyone despises them. As for sexual disorders with men who have this aspect, women are often the target regardless of sexuality, either through personal attacks, rape, or murder. Thankfully, this aspect is in the background of Chris's astrological chart, or it would have wreaked much more legal havoc in his life. Here we are. This aspect does have the potential to turn a straight man into a shy mama's boy, who is also a serial killer of women. This is also indicative of what Null said last night on stream. Chris either closes himself off or he lets everything hang out when relating to people, so he has boundary issues.
Right. Yeah. Well, his Venus is in the 12th house, and the 12th house is the house of like the unknown, of just being alone. It's like it's a very distant. Like I said, it's distant. It's not in the like 1 through 6 are personal planets.
Would it relate?
The rest are far out there.
I've said this about Chris Chan, is that Chris Chan's he's like just fucked up enough that he still knows how fucked up he is, and that fucks with him like mentally.
Is that something that has to do with being an introvert, Jugs? Like, is that
what, house placements?
Yeah.
I possibly it can and it can't, just because it has a lot to do with like feeling like you don't belong, but I think that can manifest in different ways. That can manifest in you being like an absolute extrovert trying to fit in with everyone, or an introvert that knows that you don't fit in with anyone. But when it's in Venus, when your Venus is in the 12th house, I mean, and it's also in Capricorn, which is a sign that's ruled by Saturn. So it's very cold. It's a very cold placement. That is a very cold, far off Venus placement. And Venus isn't just about like sexual love. It's platonic love, it's about wealth, it's about relationships in general. So he has a very alien, cold relationship to everyone that's involved in his life, pretty much, as far as we've seen. And Venus square Pluto is a really tumultuous aspect. If you look at like astrology synastry, which is when you look at if like when you look at a chart compared to another person's chart to see if you like
Shut up,
be well
Doro.
to like date them, that is usually a really tumultuous placement that will say that it's going to be a really tumultuous relationship if you have someone's Pluto square your Venus. So to have that in his own birth chart, it just shows that he had just tumultuous experiences with relationships all across the board. And Plutonian stuff can get very dark. Very dark. The house
Makes sense.
house placements to me are always more important than what the sign is actually in. So he has his Pluto in the 10th house, which is the house of personal relationships and like community. So to have Scorpio Pluto in the 10th house is also an extremely alienating place for Pluto to be, as if Pluto
Wow.
wasn't already alienating to begin with.
All right,
And then
let's
his
move.
Mars is in Virgo, which is something that I've learned can be actually really. I've actually learned this from my niece because she has a Pluto Mars, but hers is in the 4th house of like family, which means that she's like an absolute batshit insane person in her house and drives her parents fucking nuts. But Pluto in Virgo is like a really weird. It feels like uncomfortable to me. Just Virgo is a mutable sign that is also very strict and oriented. So to have your Mars, which is the planet of aggression and action in Virgo, and it's also in the 8th house, which is also the house of death and the unknown and sex. It's another just addition to like the just culmination of everything that is like wrong with this guy.
Wow.
Let's move on
this,
here.
This is so fascinating. Like, I would like you to read and dissect me, Jugs, with your magic.
I will.
All right, let's move on here. The next closest aspect
for the Halloween episode
is Mercury or Jupiter, or Mercury
just about to
Jupiter.
Talk
First,
about his Mercury, yeah.
Mercury is on Chris's ascendant, which makes him extremely neurotic and prone to anxiety, and positioned in Capricorn. It makes him extremely, extremely stupid and impulsive. Mercury making an aspect so close to Jupiter is why Chris is so obsessed with wheeling and dealing, trying to create a business empire for his Sonichus. I always chuckled when Marvin would make jokes about Chris acting like a used car salesman because this aspect is quite common in their charts. Sadly, Mercury being so close to an angle and in Capricorn means Chris never had a chance to run a successful business. It also means that his work ethic sucks and he relies on windfalls. The next closest aspect. We got something for that? Let's go.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so
just lucky breaks, I think it's implying.
Oh.
Having his Mercury conjunct the ascendant, which pretty much means that his Mercury is in the 1st house, and then what was it? The square his Jupiter? What is his Jupiter? No, not square. Trine maybe. Either if it's in aspect to Jupiter, Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So it's expanding that need of him to talk about himself and be seen, because his Mercury is in the 1st house, the house of self, conjunct with the ascendant. So he has an expansive need to be seen, be heard, and to also make everything about himself.
I definitely see that with him. It's like he is his mental point of origin, like always, and he's very what's the word? Fuck it, I don't even know the fucking word is. Solipsistic, I think is the word for it. Anyone know what that means? Solipsistic.
Yes, that he is his own world. There's nothing outside of him.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The expansive nature of Jupiter is really it's not helping him at all with that Mercury in the 1st house. So it's expanding his need to talk about himself, to be seen, to make everything about himself.
Yeah.
I mean, when it really boils down to everything, he's a really selfish person. Like, he really is.
Yeah. He's half nature and half nurture and very fucking selfish, yeah.
Very, very childish.
Misgender Christine there also.
I don't think
but,
that counts.
you know,
He's in a men's
not
prison. Like,
delusional,
what the
so.
fuck?
Yeah, he's in men's prison.
So the next closest aspect in Chris's chart is Mars conjoined to Saturn in Virgo. This is another terrible aspect for a man to have in their astrological chart because Mars represents biological masculinity, while Saturn is extremely constricting in nature.
Right.
This reflects a lot of misandry in Chris's life and what he views as weakness in other men, like having a small penis, the inability to be direct and pick up chicks. This doesn't reflect that he's not a man or that virility is absent from his life, just that he views it as such. The positive thing about this aspect is that it imparts Chris with the ability to withstand difficulties in his life, almost like a psychological callus. But it is also significant of an innumerable amount of challenges, stress size. Having Mars in Virgo is also telling of Chris's failed attempts to use strategy instead of emotion, charisma, and intuition to find a sweetheart and a sex partner. Mars-Saturn also makes men specifically bullies. They're always looking for something to fight against, so they don't have to face the truth that at the core, they are weak and pathetic. This also makes them push around and exert their will over people who are weaker than they are. Chris versus Barb, for example. Tommy Tudor has also has this aspect. He's another lol cow.
But like,
this
dude,
is an excerpt from Heaven Knows What by Louis, and it says that Mars conjunct Saturn, you will have to watch out for a tendency to be too accommodating and obliging. Your good nature will either get you into trouble or cause you to be imposed upon. You are so aware of social matters, you know how to please people, and you are inclined to be, if possible, too self-sacrificing and self-effacing. This is in a selfish world is a charming quality, but if carried too far, it can nullify your individuality and your abilities. So we've seen that with him. He's very accommodating.
That sounds like early
people
Chris
that he talks
Chen.
to online.
Yeah, early
Right,
Chris Chen
exactly.
feeding the trolls. Yeah, he thought he was being sincere, but not realizing he was giving them exactly what they wanted to burn the whole thing down.
And then being in the 8th house of like sex and mystery and all that, it's a recipe for disaster, really, in that sense.
All right. Well, he
was born in 82. Okay, I see.
We've got the his solar
also,
return
let me just
chart.
say really
Yeah.
quickly, before we get into that, I just noticed that because I was about to say, he's Pluto Libra. That probably means his Libra Pluto was retrograde. So yeah, when he was born, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars were all retrograde, which means they were spinning backwards. In the way that we look at this, they weren't literally spinning backwards, but it's just the way it looks. So that also throws off everything and makes everything a little bit wacky. And everyone that I've known that has died young, that I've looked into the charts, all have multiple planets in retrograde, which is like kind of a freaky thing. But I've never read anyone with the Mars retrograde chart before, so that's really interesting, actually. Saturn is kind of common to have retrograde in a chart. Pluto isn't. All of the serial killers that we know of pretty much all had Pluto retrograde. They had Pluto Libra in retrograde. So the Plutonian stuff that already exists, which is dark and weird and stuff that we all have to like work against, being retrograde in the 8th house where Pluto belongs is just yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes, sweaty.
All right, so we got the solar return chart. I don't know what that means. Can you tell me?
That means it's like a birthday chart, pretty much. I don't know exactly what he means, but does he give a year for the Pluto, the solar return chart? Oh, 2021. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So is this like a current thing?
Let me scroll down and look at that one. So this is his birthday in 2021 is what we're at right now. Solar return 2021.
Gotcha. All right. So it says, if you notice, the moon is opposite Pluto by about a margin of 3 degrees. This can transform your life for better or worse, depending on the surrounding context. It can signify saying goodbye to a person for good, a severing of a close relationship, an extreme shock, emotional or physical, an emotional alienation from familiar and often comforting circumstances, which that sounds like the arrest to me. What makes it so
I was about
bad?
to say, when did the thing
I
that
think
happened with Barb?
this was posted on July 31st. I think it was right after this, and I don't know if someone can fucking do that research real quick to see if this actually
This
was
is what's
before.
interesting with this to me is because Pluto is opposite the moon. The moon represents the mother, and it's in Cancer, which is a motherly sign. And Pluto is in Capricorn, which is the father, because it's Saturn. So it's like a opposition. And it's also Pluto's also in the 12th house of the unknown, being alone, just not fitting in, all of that. And then the moon is in the 6th house of health and wealth.
So
and it's also in Cancer, which is a motherly sign.
The arrest was August 4th, I believe. I
think the abuse was going on for
well,
probably
that's the implication.
Yeah, for a hot minute.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, nobody
So-
knew that this life-changing event was coming for Chris when this was posted.
Of course, yeah.
So it goes on to say, what makes it so bad is having two terrible planets on an angle, Saturn on the ascendant. Saturn is in this position, once again, represents constriction of the self. An exactly square of Uranus represents a lot of anxiety, difficult choices, and autonomy versus freedom. Mars is on the very bottom of the chart, on the Imam Coeli, representing aggressive action in the home life. Fuck. Along with turmoil and disturbances. It's making another exact aspect of Pluto, which represents being punished for your actions. Planets on these angles carry the loudest voices and expressions. Also, there is a Venus/Mars aspect for Chris in his solar return this year, meaning he was extra horny and would get sex one way or the other. So maybe this was... I would like to see what date... Well, I'd like to see what date the tapes leaked where he admitted it. That was probably before. This sounds right around that time. I'm not sure. So I bet the tapes had been leaked by this point when this is being posted, but the arrest hadn't happened yet.
Right, yeah. But this specific chart that we're looking at is his birthday this year in February.
Yeah.
So does he have another chart for the arrest?
I don't think so. I don't know if there were any updates. Maybe we can get to
always
that
make
another
one
time.
if we need to.
Yeah.
But Venus is in Aquarius, a very alien sign for Venus to be in. It's not an uncomfortable position for Venus to be in, but it's weird. Venus is like the planet of like love, like platonic and otherwise, and it's supposed to be a very like warm sign. So just picture that in very alien outer planet Aquarius like nature, combined with his sun there and Neptune. Neptune is also in Aquarius. They're not conjunct, but they're all next to each other. And then, like they were saying, the Mars aspect, Mars being in the 4th house of the home, and then being an aspect to Pluto. So we have Mars aspecting Pluto, Mars in the house of home, Pluto in the aspect in the house of the unknown and weird in general. And then it's also in opposition to his moon, mother in Cancer, which is a motherly sign, in the 6th house of health. So it's very interesting. His chart is all this is for an astrology person. This is very interesting stuff for sure.
We actually do have an update.
Hopefully.
I just sent you a link to that.
Okay,
We
a
can do that
sad
real quick.
update. Oh God.
Yeah, that's what it says. We'll see.
Oh, so this is October 4th. This is like recent. Okay.
This is the day of the arrest. This is a moon transitioning lunar return chart, whatever the fuck, on the day of the arrest. With more shit. Jesus, I'll go through it. You guys still with me? Everyone still here? Cool.
Yes.
Kinda.
On October 4th.
Where are you showing this?
Well, I'm not. I can't show it. It's.
Okay.
I could in theory, but the charts don't really matter that much. I don't think. So on October 4th,
Something
Chris.
to note really quickly before we get into it is in this chart on the rest, Saturn and Pluto are retrograde again. So it's like for people who are born with retrograde planets, when planets are retrograde, it either will like not really affect you or affect you greatly. So just keep that in mind. With his birth chart, Saturn and Pluto are both retrograde in this arrest.
On October 4th, Chris has a demi-lunar return with Jupiter/Uranus on the angles. The demi-lunar is a chart that is produced each time the moon opposes its original position in the birth chart, which applies to 2 weeks in time. The normal return applies to 28 days, which means you get these charts every month. So on October 4th through 18th, give or take a day or so, something fortunate is going to happen to Chris. Either he gets out on bail or the charges are dropped completely, but rest assured, it will be something he perceives to be extremely fortunate. No, it won't be the merge, because that's dumb, and you can't change objective reality. Jupiter/Uranus represents a breakthrough after being placed under strenuous conditions. I've seen lottery winners who are extremely down on their luck go from rags to riches with this aspect prominent in a solar return or a progressed chart, but I doubt this is going to be Chris's case, since that particular chart only lasts 2 weeks. To all the naysayers, I have no intention of turning this into a self-fulfilling prophecy and bailing Chris out of jail. I despise Chris. I want to say that he did get a continuance on his trial, which to him was probably an amazing thing. In the long run, doesn't really mean much. So they put off the trial for a month.
Did they do that?
Yes. It was supposed to be like October 16th or something like that. They put it off until mid-November.
Okay.
So we got that.
Aw.
There's a chance that he may be released, yet still convicted, but I'm not holding out hope. If he is released, I just hope he's kept away from Barb. She's put in a home, and Chris is not allowed to ever return to 14 Branchland Court, Ruckersville, Virginia, and collect his things, because I'm pretty sure he's used lots of Barb's money to buy them.
So if we had his chart, like with this chart, to see the synastry of it, we'd also see that his sun and moon are conjunct Neptune in Aquarius, and Neptune is also in retrograde. And it's also in the 8th house of sex and the unknown and whatnot. So I don't. That doesn't seem like a lucky thing. I don't. Chris. I don't think he's ever had luck at all.
Well, Chris
his
would.
Jupiter's always been afflicted.
Every bit of luck he would ever have, he'd throw in the trash.
He was on TV once.
Yeah, that went pretty well.
About it.
So we got one more
lucky,
paragraph.
though? I don't know.
Ah, he loved it. What's even creepier is that the solar return for his next birthday paints a picture of a man sowing his wild oats. The solar return moon is on the descendant, and there's a close Mars/Venus conjunction. Also, the moon is squaring Jupiter, which signifies happiness. So this is a very fortunate chart for a man with a this is a very fortunate chart for a man with a penis who's still of reproductive age. Maybe he could find a prison sweetheart to knock around his junk, but I doubt it. I just hope this doesn't signify that Greene County is stupid enough to act like nothing ever happened and allow Chris to screw his demented mother on the DL.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
and the thing is
squares can be good and they can be bad, but moon square Jupiter, it means that you will feel optimistic, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to gain any type of material success or anything like that.
He's gonna castrate himself. That's how he's going to kill himself.
I hope so.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, this isn't like far. I'll read what Grant Louis says about Moon Square Jupiter. It says that you have an optimistic respect to financial matters, a feeling that the purse will always be full, and the extravagance resulting therefrom may be dangerous to security. This is a Falstaffian position. There's a hankering for rich and fancy food, a tendency to eat too much. It pretty much, it's like a happy-go-lucky like aspect, but I feel like that's just like more of the delusion of Chris. Where that's his world pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like the delusion that things are going well for him when they absolutely are not. And this is such a foreign thing to him, arrested and going to, he has no idea what he's fucking dealing with right now. And it would be really easy for him to be getting advice from a lawyer or from people on the outside, making him feel optimistic in this sense. But this isn't going to go good for him.
Did you say Faustian?
Falstaffian.
Shut up.
Oh, fuck.
Like Falstaff.
Shut up, Yakov. Fuck you.
Shut the fuck. All right. With that, I think we'll wind down the recording. We'll go on streaming for the people who are watching live. Yakobees.com, everyone. fucking maybe we can do that. We'll see.
I would
Yakovies.com
like
and
to.
hit that merch tab, buy the shit. Patreon.com/yakovalive. Now that I can't get fucking super chats, I think half my problem was the music I was playing after the show. I'm gonna see if I can fix all of this, but I'm not playing music
Yeah.
anymore on YouTube. That's a bad idea.
Was.
Iceland music, and then you won't get in trouble.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
think
great
I have
idea.
any on tap. All right. Yeah.
can send
Who's
you
next
some.
here? Cool. Flame.
Me?
No.
Flame Upon Herb on Twitter, Noble Raider on Instagram, and Lunatic_Shaman on TikTok. And buy my Redbubble t-shirt. I'm gonna be showing
you
it
got
off
savings.
once
It's on sale.
Yeah, it's awesome. Get the fucking deals, rep the crew. And if I see you in public,
Gang,
if I ever
gang.
see anybody
Skinwalker
wear it,
Hey, gang!
it'll be sick. Hold on, I'm posting it in the fucking thing. All right, check it out.
Matt.
Oh, well, I'm fucking third string now? Is that what we're doing? That's fine. You can't find me anywhere. Fuck you.
Great.
Okay.
Everyone go to find me on Odyssey and watch the movies we've been doing watch-alongs too. We got a bunch of
I love
spooky
those.
Halloween movies. Go to my
Did you-
goddamn
did you-
Odyssey.
Did
Forgot
you
about
see
that.
my little comment that I hit you with today? Maybe do some some of the old bits.
The
from the
fuck are you
shows.
yapping? What are you talking about, dude?
Oh
Say
my
something.
God.
Make a fucking point. I don't know what you're saying.
I hate you so fucking
I don't know
much.
what you're saying, Matt.
All the shows, like when we were like growing up, like the fucking Charlie Browns.
Oh, the
and
cartoons. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. To be honest,
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of that. We'll see if. I think a lot of that might be very hard to find, but we'll see about it.
I know. I was actually thinking about that earlier.
Who else here? Fucking what deep? Say a bit.
Fuck you.
It's got nothing for me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Jugs.
I don't have anything to plug. I don't do anything these days except for appear on here and Metal Up Your Fash every now and then. But yeah, listen to Metal Up Your Fash
Do
and
it up.
show.
I'm
up.
extremely jealous. I was wanting to be on there so bad.
Baron, you got
I
anything
just
to
dropped
say?
my link. Yeah, I just dropped my link tree in the chat. Please.
Why would you want
So
to
I
be
can
on
show
there
my
like so
shirts.
bad?
Yeah,
No,
I'm betting
because
this
I was-
recording. This is
I need
nonsense
money.
now.
I need money for Denny's. Boy.